Hi everyone, I'm Chris.
And this is Milton with the Sports Truth.
The truth will definitely set you free.
All right. We had an exciting week 3 of football.
For you. I had a heart attack at the first half.
Yeah.
I was down 13-7.
It all wasn't roses and sunshine.
Come on, Cardinals.
Exactly. We'll get to them in a little bit.
Yeah.
And all right. So we're going to start out with the power rankings. And from there, we will dissect some of the games that where the teams are on the power rankings.
Right. And we all know number one will not be a surprise because a certain someone got beat again.
Oh, exactly. I did.
You tried to say, oh, he'll get revenge, and that didn't really pan out.
You know what? I mean, I'm glad for me and everybody else that I finally won a bet.
Oh yeah, you're 1 for 3. Good job. 1 for 2, my bad.
Hey.
A win's a win, though. I'll give you that.
True. All right. So we're going to start out at the bottom of our power rankings.
Okay.
Try to get through some of these. Some of these teams you don't have much to say about. And as we get to the top, then it gets a little bit more relevant, little juicier stories. All right. At number 32, which
surprise.
essentially is saying you're the worst team in the league, right?
Yeah.
It's the Jets. You know,
The Jets. Yeah. You got shut out against the Broncos.
Exactly.
Should be ashamed.
26-0. You would think after the shellacking that Belichick gave you that you know, but from the pan into the fire.
From the frying pan into the fire.
That's what it is. The frying pan into the fire. Yeah, I mean the frying
went
pan.
from a good defense, Belichick was to amazing defense.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're screwed. Like
Belichick was cooking them up, and then
he threw him over to the Broncos.
Exactly. Then he throw them in the inferno that is the Broncos. But we'll get to the Broncos. I mean, I want to focus on like
the
this team.
poor Jets.
The poor Jets. Yeah.
When the Jaguars are better than you, Jets, man, how do you feel?
I had once. I'm trying to think here.
It's not Adam Gates anymore. That's good for the
Yeah,
Jets. He's gone.
No, I mean, once Saleh said we're going to run a boring offense, you know, coming off the 4 picks, you're still missing your left tackle, which isn't good. I wrote down a whole bunch of things for one of my friends of like why to take the Broncos against the Jets, and it was like missing left tackle,
and
like I said, inexperienced secondary. I mean, it could go on and on. So
Bridgewater looked comfortable the whole game.
Yeah,
no pressure whatsoever.
We'll talk about.
Anyway,
All right, so
we'll
move on. There's not much more to talk about it, but whoever the Jets are playing this week, take that
Titans,
other team.
I think.
All right, Titans, take them.
Sorry Jets, you are now. The Jaguars are out of the corner. Jets, you're now in the dark corner of the cellar. You're chained down and you're being drowned in the puddle of water that's dripping from the Washington football team's field. Sorry, I'm gonna keep telling that joke. I don't care. It's funny.
All right,
next one.
All right. At number 31, the Jags. And I gave the Jags, even though they lost, I bumped them up because they had some fight in them.
They did.
The Cardinals was one of the teams I took in my big bet.
Thank you,
and
Las Vegas.
For a half, I was freaked out. The highlight of the game was that the Cardinals tried to kick a 68-yard field goal. Why are you trying to kick a 68-yard field goal?
Well, you had the guy who had the record at the time, that field goal record. Yeah,
yeah.
They thought, he'll make it.
Right.
And, we haven't said we had an Antonio Cromartie against the Vikings.
Yes.
Which is what what's his name? That ran it back.
I have no idea who ran it back. I couldn't tell you.
He tied Antonio Cromartie for 109 yards. That's as far as you can go. You can't go any further.
It was funny just seeing all these big offensive linemen.
They're never going to catch him. It was over.
The kicker. You got to remember who's on there. A bunch of big O linemen that if they have you in space, they're going to dominate you. But if you're,
weaving and dodging.
Yeah, then you don't got a shot.
Yeah.
You got the kicker, useless.
Yeah.
The placeholder.
Still a little bit useless.
So it
was over the second he got it. I was like,
that was the Jags' highlight of the season.
For sure.
It's
109 yards.
It was funny because you see Urban Meyer on the sideline and he's just like
yeah.
I mean, I felt bad for him because then
you knew it was going to go downhill. That the Cardinals were going to be mad.
Right. I mean, that whole week he was sending Twitters out to the fans saying, you know what, we're going to change and we're going to try. That's all great, but there's not much you can do when you're the Jags. So, yeah. they're going to continue to lose.
Yeah, he got picked. I mean, they got that pick in the red zone. The Jaguars threw a pick.
Yeah, I mean, a couple picks later.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Do you know who the Cardinals corner was or safety?
Byron Murphy.
Oh, Byron Murphy. Okay, yeah.
I think he got 2 picks, actually.
Did he? Oh, wow. I know that game changed quickly. All right, let's move on from the garbage teams.
The ones who are in the dark corner of the cellar, the cellar dwellers. Yeah. You laugh, but it's true. It's called cellar dwellers for a reason.
Exactly.
They're bad. Like, the Jaguars are watching the Jets drown in the puddle. They're like, oh, well, at least we're not drowning.
Yeah. These other teams aren't much better. At number 30 are the Giants. I thought that they would win at home.
No.
Yeah, so you know what's so funny about the Giants is that they're number 30, but they could be as high as, like, I don't know, 20 if they had won their last 2 games. You remember the guy jumping off sides?
Yes.
Right? And then so the...
And the Falcons barely beat them.
Yeah, exactly. And then the Falcons, it's a field goal game.
Like, come on.
So I told my friend at work, because she's a Giants fan, that like, dang, you could be 2-1. But I told her, I said, I love your Giants. She's like, why? I'm like, they are a bettor's best friend. They will lose, but they will cover your spread. You know?
What did she say? Did she glare at you?
She's
I would have glared at you.
Oh, what are you? Some like gambling junkie? You know? And I'm like, no, that's more my friends. But yeah. So they're a bettor's best friend, but not a fan's best friend.
No, if you're a Giants fan, I'm sorry.
Okay, move on. Okay, I'm not going to give much time.
They're all in the cellar. So
these guys aren't closers. They don't get coffee. You know, they maybe get some.
We've thrown them some breadcrumbs. We open the door, throw in the cellar, and close the door.
Some water, faucet water.
They don't need water. Just drink out of the puddle in the corner.
All right. The next team is the team that beat the Giants.
The Dirty Birds.
The Dirty Birds, the Falcons. So, I mean, I'm not impressed that you beat the Giants, a 17-14
with a field goal.
Like, you are not out of the woods. I mean, every once in a while, what happens with the Falcons is that they'll, like, lose, and then halfway through the season, they'll start, like, beating really good teams, and, like, oh, maybe we have a chance, and it all ends in, like, 500 or below 500 ball. So, Falcons, sorry, you suck, too.
Next.
Okay, next. This other team, they're cellar dwellers, but man, they're scrappers. They are like just...
Are they ankle biters?
They're ankle biters.
Oh, I know who it is.
Yeah.
Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions. I mean, 3 straight games. I mean, we're a couple plays from upsetting the Niners, leading the Packers 17-14. Sorry, in Green Bay. And then... a 66-yard field goal, which has never been done.
They were beating the Ravens, and the Ravens had to win.
But if there's one person you're going to want kick a 66-yard field goal, it's John Carney. No, I'm just kidding.
Justin Tucker.
Justin Tucker, the greatest kicker of all time. Percentage-wise, big kicks.
And now he has the record.
And now he has the record. It's funny because they showed another kick where he kicked like a 61-yarder against the same Lions. And then as he's getting his press conference, he says, I might buy myself a place in Detroit, It's like, I felt bad for the Detroit people as like they're like, oh my god, there's no way he's gonna make this. It's 66 yards and it looks like it's coming up short, and then it boinks
in
and then goes straight up, right?
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh my god, which way is it going? And then it falls, it falls in, and it's like back in the day, like in the late 70s, maybe early
the good
80s,
old days of football before bad refs.
The Saints would be the Aints, and what they did was they all wore brown paper bags over their heads with.
I remember that. Okay, I remember
you've seen highlights of that
films. Old films.
So that's essentially what the Detroit Lions are. They're like, well, we played hard in those first 2 games, and we were biting ankles. Or kneecaps,
and we were winning too against the Ravens.
Yeah, we were winning against the Ravens.
Doink.
Yeah, and then they're like, okay, time to put on our brown paper bags. They're the new Aints, but you know what? There's a
still got fight.
There's a fight to them, and you know what? I think we're both picking the Lions this week against the Bears, right?
Yeah.
I mean, our picks are on Friday, but I mean, I talked major shit about Dan Campbell, and I still have my issues.
Now you have to apologize.
I think they'll always have fight, but I just don't know if they'll get to a point where that fight turns into intelligence. It's sort of like Neanderthal man, and then,
it's like aggression.
It's aggressive, and F you up, but like, is it ever going to get to the point of Homo sapiens?
We'll find out.
We'll find out, exactly. Yeah. Which they're a mixed bag. Mm-hmm. These damn Homo sapiens. Damn Homo sapiens! Just kidding.
Oh my god.
But I'm not. All right, next on the list. Texans. I mean,
what happened?
They started out on fire. The orphans, as I called them. And
you called them. I called them the Dirty Dozen.
Dirty Dozen. Yeah, right. But you know what? Your Dirty Dozen
needs a leader.
Bam! You took the words right out of my mouth as I was saying it. Yeah. Boom! Right there. Absolutely. And with Tyrod Taylor, I mean,
injured. Yeah.
Who did the Texans play this past week? Remind me.
I don't even remember because the Texans lost. It's like bad.
Oh no, they lost to the Panthers, right?
Yeah, we picked the Panthers 24 to what?
Crazy 9? Outside chance because I know they would have beaten the Browns, right? Mm-hmm. And then they're 2-0, and then they go into this tight game, and then they're 3-0 because it's not like the Panthers are elite; they're just climbing, you know. Yeah. And then we'd be like, "Oh my god, the worst team of all time." At least we had number 32 paper. Yeah. Deshaun Watson, you know, that whole fiasco. But
Tyler got injured again.
Yeah, he got injured. The replacement comes in. This was probably the easiest play of last week, was taking the Panthers over the Texans. Davis Mills, traditional pocket quarterback.
Can't do anything.
Yeah, he's going to get eaten up by, I want to say the Bills, which the Bills have like a 17-point spread on them this week. So
yeah,
it's a big spread. But yeah, the Texans are going to keep on losing. Especially, you can't go into Orchard Park against Josh Allen and Bills Mafia. Like, F you, Josh Allen. And then Bills Mafias are like, what did you say? And then it's over. Then the defense gets into it, and it's going to be a slaughter. I mean, somehow you can trim down that 17 to less points, because there's no money line on that, you know. No one's going to want to take that.
You know, NFL has weird names for their fans, but I've never heard of, I've heard of Bills Mafia before because Madden stuff, but
it's awesome.
Why is the Bills fans named after gangsters? Why are they all criminals?
No,
even the Raiders are criminals. They're just the black hole.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because you would think like that would be a Raiders or like some other sort of badass team.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's the Bills. It's an animal.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if you see what those fans do in Orchard Park on the tailgate...
Oh, they're, like, half naked, like, painted their whole body blue with the horns, everything. Like,
exactly.
Okay,
you'd probably get away with doing something to the Mafia compared to these guys. You know, those guys in the parking lot will, you know...
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways. Next one is the Colts. They're at number 26.
They're not good. They don't have anyone.
They don't.
The quarterback was bad.
Carson Wentz, who you said from the beginning, don't believe in him.
Mm-hmm. Told you.
I sort of didn't believe in him, but I was like, oh, well, Frank Reich will whisper things and be the quarterback whisperer, the thing that they had in Philly. They got a top 10 offense, top 10. So logically, it all made sense. Yeah. Gut was saying something else. He came out on two busted ankles.
Looked terrible.
Yeah, it looked terrible. For some reason, we were both sort of sketchy on the game because it is a Titans Colts, and up to the third quarter, it was close, right? Like a one possession game.
Yeah.
And then after that,
it was all Titans.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what do they have? They have the choices of Carson Wentz, some guy in the practice field, Jacoby Brissett?
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Jacoby Brissett is Miami.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I don't know who it is, but the backup, they're not good. They're not going to be able to win enough games to get to the playoffs.
Right. They're done. And that, dude, the NFL didn't do them any favors. Their first 5 games, I mean, they're the only team in the NFL to play a 3-game road stretch, which if you play back-to-back on road games and you're not a playoff team, which we can agree the Colts are not a playoff team,
not anymore,
right?
No.
Yeah. Because they were in contention for the AFC South with the Titans, but they lost to the Titans. I guess they got a shot with the Dolphins because the Dolphins have their own issues. They're the ones that have Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
And then they finish off with I forget who the third team is, but whatever it is, it's a top 10 team that's going to kick their ass.
Yeah.
So enough wasted time on the Colts and poor Carson Wentz. You know.
Still in the cellar, right? What number are they no longer in the cellar? I need to know your opinion on this.
It's important. Oh, what's considered cellar?
Yeah, what number?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me see.
I got to know who's in the cellar so I can make a drawing. Because I think it'd be funny to do a drawing.
8, 9. I would go about 9 deep based on what I have. The other teams, if things go right, they could correct.
So they're out of the cellar. They're just in the first floor of the house going like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Yeah.
Okay. Next on the list.
At number what? What number are we on?
I'm sorry. Yeah, 25th.
25th?
25. The Bears.
No, you said it wrong. The Bears.
The Bears. Yeah, I mean, going into the dog pound,
Yikes.
Was not good for
3 points
for a rookie quarterback. I mean, it was 6 for 20. I remember these numbers: 68 yards and 9 sacks. Myles Garrett, who's a rising superstar, I think we all recognize
3.5 sacks.
I thought it was 4.5. No, was it 3.5?
Yeah, 4 might have been. I thought it was 3.5.
Okay.
Well, anyway, it was high.
Yeah, it was high.
He was eating him up. Easy.
Yeah, so it didn't matter what protection they had him in. They were dropping him back most of the time, which doesn't play to his talents.
Should have had him do quarterback runs. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, the RPO should have been in there. A heavy dose of the run just to sort of slow down the game, you know?
But no.
Yeah, and the whole problem to this, when I'm doing all these teams in the power rankings and talking about the matchups, it's all each week about recalibrating the nucleus, right? And you want to let the viewers
quarterback and the coach.
Okay, and the chemistry that's between those two, right? Because you could have an awesome coach and an awesome quarterback, but if they're not on the same page,
then it's not good.
Because like Harbaugh and Kaepernick weren't on the same page, and so it didn't matter what happened. So with this nucleus, it's bad. You have a coach that can't make a decision.
Matt Nagy's gonna get fired.
Matt Nagy's gonna get fired
for sure. I mean, it's over. Yeah.
He made, like I said, the pinky swear. You know, which is that's the most binding contract that you could have.
The sarcasm is so high.
Yeah. And when he's healthy, the Red Rocket could come back. You know?
No.
And there's always Nick Foles, who was like one of the greatest Super Bowl champs, and then now he's back down on his luck. That's been his whole career. Like, oh my God, who is this guy out of Arizona State?
I think it is.
Or Arizona, one of those two.
Yeah.
And then,
Super Bowl.
He's lost, and Super Bowl, and then to the Jags, where everybody sucks, even Trevor Lawrence, who was one of the greatest college quarterbacks. So, yeah.
I don't know what happened.
It's a mess. I mean, their defense can only do so much. I mean, I want to say at one point it was like 13-6 going into the third quarter. So this was one of those games was close, and then it was over. I mean, there's no way you could survive 9 sacks. You know what would be a good question is what team has won despite having this many sacks? You know, it'd be an interesting.
I don't know.
No, I don't know. I don't know, but it's just an interesting. I'm guarantee you, it's not 9. No. All those they showed all the teams that had like 9 or 10 or 11 sacks against them. They all lost badly. There's no consistency. There's constant turnovers. Yeah. So going back to who's going to be quarterback, it could be any one of 3. I mean, if you can't make a commitment to your quarterback. And you're not that good of a play caller. You're writing Andy Reid's resume because he was on that, and then you had to deal with Mitch Trubisky. So, and you know what? It's not like, Justin Fields sucks. It's not that. He was just put in a bad situation.
His O-line can't
he's got talent. I still believe in him. Yeah. I don't believe in Nagy.
Because he's a nagger.
He's a nagger. That guy's got to go. Yeah.
Bye, nagger.
These are sort of permanent cellar dwellers, right? Jets, Jags, Giants, Falcons, Lions, Texans, Colts, Bears. Okay.
So they're all in the cellar.
They're all in the cellar. They're never getting out.
So they're locked in there. So
they're locked in there.
They're chained against one of the pipes, right?
They are chained
to the pipes.
They're given the minimal amount of food to survive.
And they're drinking the water out of the puddle.
The agony.
Yeah. And they're drinking out of the puddle.
It's like a puddle trough
from the Washington football team field. Yeah,
exactly. One bathroom that they could all use. I mean, it's prison style, but prison style in a third world country. You don't want to be there, okay? All right.
And there's no windows. This is completely dark in there.
It's bad. Dude. It's bad. Okay, the last person in the cellar dweller.
Yeah, the last person in the cellar.
I think you're gonna agree with me. I am throwing them in there. The Steelers.
Yeah.
Just complete
collapse.
Ben
Roethlisberger.
That third spot that they thought they might have, or sneak up into the sneak up.
It's going to the AFC West.
It could, or in a fantasy world, we'll go Bengals. I mean, at least like
Bengals.
Play with the idea.
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
I mean,
the Bengals beat the crap. Wait, what happened to my 1-15-1? Now it's 2-15-1.
What's that?
That the Bengals on the road against the
Well, what my friend
so
says is when
win.
I tell him this team has lost 15 straight in a row.
Yeah.
My crazy friend Tony.
What do you say?
Who made 3 picks in 3 weeks and nailed all of them? I'm talking spread.
Bengals,
I'm not
right?
No, he didn't say Bengals, but what he'll say is if I say they've won 13 straight, they won 15 straight, he say, well, take the other team. It's about time they lose, you know. And he has
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's just him and this other guy at work. They just when they say something and then like I'm like, oh shit, I took the other team.
Should think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to sweat it out a little bit because I told them that one guy at work at Costco. I'm like, one of my teams is won, but I still have the Cardinals and the Vikings. Like, ooh, that could be scary. And then the Chiefs and the Ravens, you know, and that's what it came to.
The Ravens ruined it for you. Yeah. Not my Cardinals. Ha!
All right, so the Steelers. Oh, boy. Where do I start with this mess? Okay,
no offense.
So first, what's that?
No offense.
No offense. The offensive line is completely brand new. Yeah. And it's not like they filled it up with like, oh, let me get an expensive Pro Bowler. Let me get the prize free agent. You know, let me get that stud off the... No, it's a bunch of crap. They can't run the ball. It's not Najee Harris. I
don't think he can do.
Yeah, I mean, he's running and he's busting people.
You know who he is?
Who?
Think about it. Who also had to run behind a bad O-line for 9 years and then retired? Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders.
Najee Harris is the new Barry Sanders, guys. I'm sorry.
For now he is.
He has to run for his life.
I've never seen Big Ben get hit so many times. That Bengals defense got sort of an underrated defense, you know?
Well, also they're underdog and everyone talked crap about them. Yeah. So they took it out.
And you know what?
Ben.
Yeah, for sure. I'll give them their due. So I just want to focus on the Steelers for right now.
Yeah, go ahead with the Steelers.
Because I'll get to the Bengals further up in the power rankings.
So putrid offense from
they're missing their best players. Bud Dupree went to the Titans. T.J. Watt still got that groin injury. I mean, when you got that groin injury and you're feeling that inside, you know, being close to your little privates there.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't feel good. So it's just like a hamstring. It takes a while. So
Steelers are going to go bad this year.
Yeah, and you know, I love Tomlin, and usually, and you know what? This is another thing. If he's never had a losing season in how many years? He's been playing for a while.
Your crazy friend. It's about time he loses.
Yeah. He's like, okay, well, and he hates the Steelers too. He hates the Steelers. He hates Big Ben. So yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, he's just like piling dirt on top of their coffin
grave,
for sure. Yeah, sorry, Steeler fans. I know the '70s, and you've won 6 Super Bowls and all that crap.
Sixburg. Yeah, one of them against my Cardinals, you dicks.
Yeah, that was a good Super Bowl.
Hey, I know. Harrison, man, that run back after he picked up.
Yeah, that essentially changed the game the other way.
The whole game was over after that. I was like, yeah, it's over.
All right, so we're out of the cellar dweller.
So we're open the cellar storm doors. We walk out in the sunlight of the first floor. Right. What do I see in the living room?
These guys aren't going to go to the finals, but, you know, they could make their fan base happy and turn around their season.
So they're not going to the second floor?
Marginal success. No.
They ain't going to the second floor with the elite VIP section.
They ain't going into the 14. What's the 14?
The playoffs.
Which
is the second floor.
Exactly.
They ain't going to the second floor.
Right. Mm-hmm. So the next one that I have is the Dolphins at number 23.
Okay. They're just sitting on the couch. They're kind of scared. They don't want to go in the cellar. They're on the couch.
You know what? Good for them with Jacoby Brissett going into the Death Star or the Black Hole or both.
Yeah.
And taking the Raiders all the way to overtime. You know, and I give a lot of that credit to Brian Flores. He's a really good defensive-minded coach. And Jacoby Brissett, you know, he's played enough games to know how to manage the game, you know, and take advantage. I know when I saw 14-0 because I had taken the Raiders, I was like, oh no, what's going on?
I told you it's Derek Carr.
Yeah, and then that's what I was thinking too. I thought, you know what, I got confidence. It's okay. We'll
get to him on that.
When you get jumped on quickly and it's 14-0, or in basketball there's a quick run.
Yeah.
You could survive that. When you get hit late, it's too late.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's the first quarter, 14-0, and then it's 14-5. I'm like, 5? What? the hell?
It was a field goal and a safety.
Yeah, clearly. But anytime you see that, you're like,
oh, shit,
okay,
yeah.
okay. That safety means that the defense is aggressive. Maybe they're turning it around.
But the Dolphins though, we're still on the Dolphins.
Yeah, okay, Dolphins. Yeah,
they're not going to slip into the cellar, are they?
Oh no, they're not. They're going to do just enough to let the other ones in the middle of the pack slide down. But yeah. Not them.
Yeah.
Tua's out for a couple weeks. I don't think the Tua is really the answer anyways. He's sort of fragile and small. And
how dare you make fun of Kyler Murray?
No,
Murray's small.
No, Murray's like, because I'm small, I'm gonna let everybody know
I'm the biggest dog here.
I'm the biggest. Yeah, he uses it to his advantage. Tua doesn't have that frame of mind. You know, Tua's like, I'm talented. I won at Alabama.
Yeah,
I can do this. You know.
You're right.
But no. There's just gonna be one person coming out of the AFC East, and we know that's the Bills.
Yep.
All right, move on to the next team.
Who else is on the couch?
Okay, let's find out. Washington. Whatever they're called.
Football team. Really? The ones who has the leak in the kitchen that's going to the cellar? They're allowed in the living room?
What do you mean a leak?
Washington Football Team Stadium with the leak, the water.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man, give it the joke.
No, that is.
They're allowed?
That is definitely symptomatic of who they are.
They're leakers, yeah.
Right.
Ship sinking.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I gave Heineke too much credit.
Me too. They got blown out.
Yeah, and I was like, Josh Allen in that first game, and then even that second game, they won 35-0, but his numbers weren't that great. And then all of a sudden, he's like, "I'm Josh Allen. F you guys."
He's a slow starter like the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Also, Heineke's only good against mid to low rank teams.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's what I meant. But upper crust, not so much.
Yeah, and their defense isn't the defense that they had last year.
No.
It was sort of a surprise. No one was expecting it. Mm-hmm. And, with that amazing defense that they had last year, they were only 7-9. So they were 2 games under 500, and the NFC East was so bad that, they weren't a real division winner.
No.
All right, enough about Washington. There isn't much to talk about there. Yes. All right, number 21, the Patriots.
Belichick, why are you on the love seat in the living room? What is wrong with you?
Yeah, I mean, they've been hit. They were hit hard by the Saints. That's why I didn't even touch this game. I'm like, two genius coaches. And finally, Mac Jones is the rookie, had his rookie issues. He threw 3 picks in it in the game.
Yep.
And
Belichick wasn't happy about that.
Right. They just got beat up. And the Saints were pissed because the week before the Panthers embarrassed them.
Oh, yeah.
They're on the road. All they got is themselves. They finally get to go back to New Orleans.
To their cursed voodoo dome.
Yeah. And, Hurricane Ida's over. Yeah. And I think it'll galvanize them.
But yeah, back to the Patriots.
Yes, of course.
So they lost bad to the Saints, and then the Bucs lost to the Rams. So is Brady going to enjoy this revenge game now, or is it kind of like whatever now because they both lost, so they're in a bad mood?
No, we'll get to that later.
I'm just asking.
Well, when we get to the Patriots, I'll let you know how Brady feels about the Patriots.
Well, tell me about Belichick.
Okay.
Does he care?
Yeah, of course he cares, and he's a genius. But I mean, there's only so much you could do with what you have.
A rookie quarterback.
Yeah, with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah. Okay.
Just bad timing.
So who's sitting next to the Patriots on the love seat? I gotta know who's next, who's above them.
The team that lost yesterday, the Eagles at number 20.
Yeah, he's just oh look, the city of brotherly love. Yeah, there we go. Exactly. Belichick looks like, what the hell? Yeah. Eagles?
Exactly. I mean, I'm sure Belichick's like talking to the Eagles, and he's like, "Hey, let's make a trade. How about
can I have Hurts? Yeah,
Hurts. That way we get the dual threat. I give you Mac Jones. Does that work? He would love to have Jalen Hurts, because then I think in that type of offense under that tutelage, then it would work really well. I still don't think that they do anything, but I think they'd probably be a better team. But that's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what to say about the Patriots. I mean, they peak out at 9-8, 8-9. These people on ESPN and other stations that are like, one time I heard that the Patriots were in the top 4 of the AFC and that they were contend, whatever that means. And I was like, what? Are you high? Have you been huffing paint?
No, we don't say that here in the Sports Truth. We only speak the truth. Yeah, we don't say this is what we say.
No, don't huff paint.
No. They're not. They're just ESPN. They're bad. Like, Disney doesn't know how to manage sports. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, Mickey.
Okay. Anything more you have to say on the Patriots before I move? Oh, no. Actually, we're on the Eagles now.
Yeah,
right?
we're on the Eagles.
Yeah.
Oh, something about the Eagles?
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts looked mortal finally.
Yeah.
He made the rookie mistake. You know, I just realized this whole week all the rookies made mistakes.
Yes, it was a bad
it's the third week for
rookies.
Yeah.
And technically, he's not a rookie, but it's his first year.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. But yeah, Mac Jones got 3 interceptions. Trevor Lawrence got beat up through the key pick 6 that made the Cards win.
Yep.
Let's see who else. Justin Fields got sacked 9 times. Had 6 for 20, 68 yards.
Yeah.
That is like the worst stats I've ever seen.
And then Jalen Hurts got wrecked last night.
And
he got blown out by the Cowboys.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts got wrecked. God. And the only one that had mild success was if Trey Lance doesn't get that touchdown with 2 seconds left, 17-7, that game's over right there.
Right.
But they were able to get back in. And
so Trey Lance did okay.
Yeah.
He wasn't starting, but he did okay.
Yeah. I mean, for the amount of time, every time you put in Trey Lance, you get a touchdown. That should tell you something. You know what? I'm getting too
far. We'll do Niners later, not right now. Yeah.
Give everyone their time. I might just splurge or spill my guts.
Go ahead when we get to the Niners.
When we get to Niners, yeah. All right.
But yeah, Eagles.
Okay, next team.
Give Hurts more time and you'll be fine. Next one.
Yeah.
So who's sitting on the long
I mean, at one
count?
point, there was that talk after they beat the Falcons that they were going to be a threat to the Cowboys. No. They're not. They're not. Number 19. You got to love them. The Vikings. They finally won a game.
Yeah, against who, though? Who?
Seahawks.
The 12th man.
Well, I thought the Seahawks being on the road, they're the road warriors. They lost a silly game that they should have won. But
they got beat by 10, right? Or what was it?
Yeah. No, I want to say 30-17.
Oh, more than 10.
Yeah, double digits. Almost a mild
blowout.
Mild beat down, blowout.
Yeah.
Yeah, they looked good too. I mean, Thielen was catching and Justin Jefferson.
You know why? They're angry because they barely lost to the Cardinals by bad luck.
Oh yeah, and they were angry because prior to that game they barely lost to the Bengals.
Yeah.
So
like this, enough's enough.
You got to say the thing with the Vikings is that when they play at home and they're in the dome and it's a track field, they're tough to beat. You know, I mean, I don't care who you are. When you go there, it's tough. So I'm glad the Seahawks lost because
Me too.
I hate the Seahawks. And
so do the Cardinals.
Yeah. My friend took the Seahawks last week, and then I'm like, are you taking the Seahawks this week? He's like, hell no. Fire and damnation. So anyways, good for the Vikings. Anything else you want to say about the Vikings?
Yeah. So do you think they're comfortable on that L-shaped sofa?
Oh, yeah.
All right, who's next to the Vikings on the sofa? I gotta know.
Okay, now you're talking... you're getting to teams that are on the fringe of the 14, you know? There's some hope there.
Oh, okay, so they're near the stairs. Okay, good.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right, we're heading to the stairs, folks, listeners. Okay, I gotta keep it interesting.
Okay, it's the Bengals.
What?
Yeah,
the Bengals are leaning on the banister? What is this?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you figure after Joe Burrow threw 3 picks, Joe Burrow strikes me as a winner, much like how we talk about... Murray, exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth. Is a winner. Probably the most. I've watched college football. Let me see, since mid-80s. So that's for almost 35 years now.
Yep.
And that's one of the best seasons by far. I mean, when I saw Burrow, I was like, whoa.
Totally proud. Yeah.
Is he like a white man's version of Russell Wilson? You know, where he could throw and escape and do that type of stuff.
He's an improviser.
Improviser. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a big win for them because the Steelers were their bully.
Yep. 1-15.
What's that?
Remember? 1-15.
Yeah, 1-15 on the road. Tomlin owned them.
Yep.
And for the Bengals to be able to win in Pittsburgh was huge.
And it was a blowout.
It was a blowout. Gives them the huge confidence that they need. And you got to remember, the one loss that they did have was at the Bears, a 3-point loss. So... You know, it wasn't like they were blowing out.
No.
So the Bengals keep it close. I want to say, like, out of the 10 games that Joe Burrow played last year before he blew out his ACL, 8 of the 10 were either a win, a tie, or a 1-score possession. So they're always in it. And I love that at the end, Tyler Boyd, he's the wide receiver, right, for the Bengals. He's like, I looked over at the Steelers, and they just looked like they were in pain and wanted to quit. And this is just when they were dropping passes. So, for the person being bullied to talk crap about the bully and beat the crap out of the bully, I just love that story.
That's satisfying. Yeah,
it is satisfying.
So good for you, Bengals. You're on the banister, but you're not up the stairs.
Yeah, and you know what? They have I know we're going to talk about this game a little bit because by the time we do a new podcast, this game will already have happened.
Yeah,
the Bengals, and we already talked about the Jags. I think they're a touchdown favorite. And their Jags are playing on the road. So the Bengals are going back with a 2-1. Joe Burrow's a winner, so I just don't see him. I think he wants to be like, oh, really? You were the best college quarterback in this recent era? You know what? My season was pretty sick, I made... he played against them, didn't he? Mm-hmm. In the championship game? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, that's freaking hilarious! Yes, they already matched up once. Lawrence had his weapons, and they were in the championship game, and Deebo Samuel's.
Yep.
And
he had Jamar Chase.
Thank you for bringing up that point. And also Joe Brady, who's now the offensive coordinator for the Panthers. No wonder they're doing good. About what?
The rematch.
Oh, the rematch.
Now
I'm giving the rematch to Joe Burrow.
Again.
He's got more weapons. There's that underrated defense.
You think they're going to hug at the end?
The Jags have lost 18 in a row, 15 from last year, and is it 3? Yeah, 18 in a row.
3.
The Jags are on the road.
Are they going to hug at the end and exchange jerseys or no? That's a whole new thing that there's a trend. They might because of the college thing, right? To be honest,
that just doesn't strike me between those two.
Because why? Because they're white?
Yes, I was gonna say. No. I was gonna say because it seemed
justify yourself. Come on.
Yeah, because it seemed more like a brother thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
The pack, people of color.
Yeah, exactly. The POC.
The POC.
Exactly. The people of color. Exactly. Do not call them colored because they're not. It's POC. Okay. Yeah. My wife told me. All right.
All right, so who else is on the banister heading up the stairs?
I'm not sure if these guys are heading up the stairs.
You know what I meant, though. The banister goes upstairs.
That's down the stairs. Yeah. And this team is probably ascending in some way because they always get off the slow starts.
Yeah. Who
gets off the slow starts? I mentioned this off the
Seahawks, right?
The Seahawks, exactly. They're at number 17. They look great in week 1, but I guess who doesn't against the Colts, right?
Yeah.
Carson Wentz. Yeah. Next game, they were up 24-9 on the Titans.
Then...
Yeah. Right. You're like, no problem. No, don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you thought that the Titans were desperate,
they are.
They were.
After getting shellacked by my Cardinals?
Absolutely.
Badly.
Then, yeah. What do you call the Vikings that should have won 2 games and be 2-0 going into... What's that?
Against the Seahawks. Massive desperation.
Massive desperation. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Reeking of desperation and massive.
So it's basically like a playoff game to them. Basically,
they had to win. Yeah. There is no team in NFL history that's been. Well, wait, no, there is.
Yes,
I think the Chargers started 0-4.
They did
before they got the Super Bowl. But I'm saying your chances statistically are slim. It's in the single percentages
for sure.
Yeah. So
Seahawks are sliding down like those commercial life alert. Yeah. Help! I fall and I can't get up.
Yeah.
That's the Seahawks. They're sliding down the stairs.
Their defense looked good in week 1 against Carson Wentz, but their defense has got issues. They got Bobby Wagner and they got Jamal Adams, and usually you need 2 stars to make your defense work.
Oh, I know. Rams.
I want to ask a question. Is it time for Pete Carroll to leave and then bring some other type of sort of No. That's not going to solve the problem.
They're gonna have a winning season again. It's Pete Carroll. Every time.
That's true.
They've always found an annoying way.
You're right.
Yeah. They have 14 more games.
Yeah, they're the Seahawks. They're that uninvited guest where it's like, I told you not to invite him.
And then they come to the party.
And they come to the party, and there's just who invited this guy?
Yeah.
That's okay. All right. Number 16. We're at the halfway point. Okay?
So they're slowly heading up there. They're grabbing the side of the stairs.
No. This one's knocking on the door and being like, "Let me in."
Upstairs,
we got a beast called Derrick Henry, 6'3", 245, 4.4 speed.
Yeah.
I asked you what you thought the chances of the Titans winning this week, and you said 90%. You're always very accurate on your percentages throughout the games. And like you said, they've recommitted to the run.
Yeah.
They had a new offensive coordinator. So he didn't quite get I'm supposed to hand it off to Derrick Henry. The Titans have had 4 9-7 seasons, and then last year I think they had 11-5 or 10-6.
Yeah, because they handed the ball to Henry.
Because they didn't.
Yeah.
In the beginning like I told you, I played fantasy football one season, and I was like, I got Derrick Henry. No, I stole him. He sat on my bench the whole season because I was already out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Or it didn't matter by the time I put him in. But if you hand it, dude, did you see what he did to what's his name? Darius Leonard?
Yes.
Dude, a linebacker, defensive end, beast type guy.
Yeah, for the Colts.
Oh my God, he tossed him aside. So
of course.
Give it to Derrick Henry, especially you're playing the Jets. You can hand it off to Derrick Henry 60 times in a row. Yeah. This could be the first game where you don't throw one pass. That's what I would do. I know it sounds crazy as a coach, but give me a shot.
The Jets are going to lose for sure, 90%.
Yeah, exactly. If my friends are listening to this, take the Titans, guys.
Trust me,
okay,
100%.
I know sometimes they mess with you. They got a little bit of that bipolarness that the Falcons, Chargers, Vikings.
But they went 0-26. They got shut up by the Broncos, and the Titans are subjectively better than the Broncos.
No. I don't give the Jets much of a chance either. And when they won as a 17-point underdog, which is what. No, that's the Texans. Sorry. When they won as a 17-point underdog against the Rams in one of the biggest upsets of modern history.
Yeah, that was a one-time thing.
Yeah, no, what it was the building of resentment. You start off the season, lose. You get to about the 10th game, and you're like, everyone's saying we're losers on TV. Yeah. I can't go out with my wife because they're like, you suck, New York Giants. Right?
Or New York Jets. Yeah.
Right now, it's the fourth game now. It's like they're thinking about it, but it hasn't crept into their soul and into the dark recesses of their mind.
Yeah.
Watch out the Jets like week 10, you're like, I got this, and you don't.
No.
You know? Yeah. So they're gonna lose badly.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So take the Titans. Okay. Next at 15 is the Saints.
Are they knocking on the door now? The second floor door?
Yeah, they want to know if like they could trade places with one of the teams in the top 14.
Yeah,
okay?
They want to know if they can get up there.
Yeah, and this is what the Saints are going to be. I'm going to try to stay off of them related to betting purposes.
Yeah.
They are going to be feast or famine.
They're going to be the Falcons. The bipolar Falcons. Where they win,
but with more talent, more direction.
But still,
I see what you're saying, but I'm just... Like, the first game, they blow out the Packers, the mighty Packers. You're like, damn.
Yeah.
It's probably more that the Packers got issues than the Saints. Then the next week, they play the Panthers.
They get shellacked.
They should beat them, and they get shellacked. And then you go into Foxborough, and you're thinking, this is what I was thinking. Belichick is going to mess with Famous Jameis. He's going to throw so much crap at him that Famous Jameis is just going to get picked.
Nope.
It was Sean Payton going, oh, you got a rookie quarterback? How about I harass him into, sacks, interceptions, and it worked the other way around.
Yeah.
And you knew it was going the Saints' way when Famous Jameis did one of his, I'm going to throw it up. And then the Saints guy, boxed out and made the miraculous catch.
Yeah.
I think it was Callaway.
Yeah, it was.
He's their new.
Callaway,
If that had happened in the second game, it would have been a pick. So
probably.
Yeah, they're just going to be a feast or famine. They're going to be there all the way to the end, wanting to get into the playoffs.
Definitely.
And I give that credit to Sean Payton
again
because he's a genius.
For sure.
It's just you're dealing with the volatility of Famous Jameis.
Yeah, and the door's locked too. The second floor door is locked, so good luck getting in the playoffs. It's locked off.
Yeah, I mean it's okay. So now we're getting into all these 14 teams at
so
this
we're
point.
on the second floor, right?
Yeah. This is where
is this all the good stuff?
Free drinks.
Yeah.
Open buffet. Bar. Open bar. Yeah. Absolutely, for sure. Well, let me have a little sip. It's my day off, so I'm having a little bit of a margarita.
Yep. Good choice.
Costco strawberry margarita, which is actually excellent. I'd like to promote this.
Yeah.
Because what happens with strawberry margaritas, it's a very girly drink, not to be...
I mean, you're not the most feminine looking guy.
No. No, but what happens is they're too sweet, and you're like, dude, I don't want... This is like, you could taste the alcohol and the strawberry. It's perfect. I'm always like, when people are at Costco, I'm always I spend some time in the liquor section cleaning it up, you know? And then when they got that strawberry, I'm like, you definitely want that. So anyway, let's get back to football.
Thanks to our advertisers.
Yeah, Costco. Exactly. Costco definitely. Yeah, exactly. They're providing all this for you.
All right, so the open bar and open buffet. Okay, who's feasting right now? Who's feasting?
It sort of sounds weird to say, but the top 14.
There we go, top 14.
All right. Number 14, the Ravens. And you're probably maybe a little surprised.
Who allowed them to eat at the bar?
No. I mean, last week when they beat the Chiefs, I had them I think back to 7 or 8. I forget what it was in the top 10. But you get bounced out. You should have taken care of business against the Lions. I know the Lions are kneecap biting,
ankle biters,
exactly. Yeah, and punch you in the what's the
doinker
word? The doinker. Yeah, exactly. That's a good one. I've never heard of that.
I had to say that because Justin Tucker doinked the field goal, so I got to I got to say it. Come on,
no, for sure.
So you barely win because Justin Tucker.
Oh yeah.
That's the only reason why you're still in the playoffs.
Yeah, and you know what? It wasn't even Lamar Jackson's fault. I can't put it on him. He was doing everything he can because he doesn't even have a backfield to rely on.
Yeah.
How many passes did his wide receivers drop, especially Marquise Hollywood? They should take the Hollywood out because Hollywood is money. And, dude, he
dropped 10 drops?
Yeah, it was total, ridiculous.
They catch the ball.
And they get away with the 2.5 seconds...
66-yard doink field goal, right?
No, but the 2.5 second, what do they call it? Because the clock had hit 0, but they hadn't hiked the ball.
Yeah.
But there's that leniency and giving him a second or two.
Yeah.
I technically, but I mean, dude, it'll make you forget about that when he kicks a 66-yarder.
Yep.
Never. Kickers that had kicked plus 65, right?
64 was
no. It's plus 65.
Oh yeah.
The kickers this is just a stat on ESPN.
Oh okay.
These kickers that kick 65 or plus, right? Yeah. 65, 66, whatever, even 68 on the Cardinals were 0-30. So he broke an 0-30. It's going. It hits the crossbar. It bounces straight up in the air.
High up. Yeah.
High up in the air.
I was like, oh my god.
Well, where's it going? And then it just floats down and
it's over enough for them to say field goal. Yeah.
And it's so funny. I've seen kickers elated, but this guy was like running all over the field.
I would too.
Come
on, man.
I would even do worse, dude. Okay.
Yeah, I would be screaming, yelling, everything. Yeah.
Absolutely. So
won the game.
He's the greatest kicker of all time, percentage-wise. He doesn't miss extra points, rarely.
So Harbaugh knows what he's doing with special teams.
Oh, absolutely. They have the best special teams in football because their punter is an elite punter too. So that's a good thing I give Harbaugh credit for. And that's why they're hanging around despite... I mean, you put somebody else and be like, I wipe out your whole backfield,
Only Lamar.
Let me see what you can do. Yeah.
The kicker.
Right. Lamar, the kicker's a weapon. Harbaugh, the defense is doing what they can because not only was the backfield wiped out, but the shutdown corner
is gone.
Which is... What's his name?
Oh, I keep forgetting his name too.
I know.
It's because he got injured.
Yeah.
But he cut off half the field.
He cut off... Yeah, it was like... Gone. When... Before he got there, 232 yards is what, or something
average.
In the 200s, yeah.
And then it was 100 something.
165 when he was there because he shut down half the field. So, that was a huge loss
for sure. So.
Yeah, but hey, they're hanging in there. All right.
Okay, who else is at the free open bar? I gotta know who's sitting with the Ravens. Who's sitting with the Ravens?
This is one that you wouldn't be thinking. So within this buffet that you have,
my free buffet. Drinks, I gotta know who's here.
There is the champagne room over there, but only certain teams could go into the champagne room.
Oh yeah,
I call it the VIP room, champagne room, whatever whatever you want to imagine, champagne room.
Yeah,
whatever fantasies you have.
Oh yeah,
they're there. Okay. This team is like, hey, we're usually in the fantasy room.
Yeah, we're usually in the champagne room.
Not this time. You're number 13. Okay, Chiefs.
The Chiefs are looking at the Ravens like, I don't want to drink with you at this bar.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, wait a second.
We lost to you.
Yeah.
So they are in there.
What happened, Chiefs?
You know what? I want to take a tiny bit of credit because on the first podcast, I said that the Chiefs were going to have
the Chargers. Yeah.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. No, I took the Chargers on the points because the stat on that is that the Chiefs are 1-13 against the spread, so it means that they never cover the spread, but they always win. Okay, and the Chargers stat was they lose every close game, but if it's a close game, it's a one-score game, right?
Yeah.
So if I can have 13.5 points. It was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And I said that I swear that I would never bet on the Chargers, but this is a different Chargers team.
Yes.
So I'm starting to undo that curse.
Staley
reverse the
Herbert.
Curse.
Yeah, reverse the curse.
I was talking to Matt Gutierrez, right?
Yeah.
If he wants to take me to one of these games.
Yeah.
I think he's whatever seats he had, I tried to sit next to him and his fiance.
Yeah.
and because he wants me to revive the Bolt costume that I have right behind me. Yeah. Okay. So, and of course I do. You know, I mean, it's good times. It's attention. Why wouldn't I want to do it? But
Chiefs,
right?
They lost. I mean, my boy Justin Herbert.
Yes. So, I mean, yeah.
Is it more Mahomes' fault for getting picked twice, or is it more Staley's goodness? What do you think?
No, we'll give Staley his due moment.
So for the Chiefs, then.
The Chiefs,
Mahomes.
I'm telling you what the issue is. It's part Super Bowl hangover. That's why they're 1-2. And I thought the Super Bowl hangover would happen because they lost 3/5 of their line. Right. They replaced that 3/5 with good players, but it needs chemistry. Yeah. You can't just put 5 people together and have it work.
Right.
It needs time to gel, right? And the problem with the Chiefs, if you're dissecting them, is that they only have 2 main options. It's either Travis Kelce or Tyreek Hill. Yeah. And their teams are starting to figure out the formula. Okay, you know what? Let me bump Travis Kelce at the line.
And
let me have a
Hill
linebacker over the top or a corner slot. And then with Tyreek Hill, you sort of form that, what's it called? The bubble or a hood.
We double him.
Yeah, so you have the corner on him and the safety over the top of him.
Yep.
And they don't...
You bracket him.
You bracket him, yeah. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire...
He fumbles too much.
He fumbles too much, and he's just not a pure running back. He's like a...
Christian McCaffrey light.
Yeah, but he's like a second option. He's not the first option. No. So what they need is like the Bucs. They got like Gronk and Godwin and Evans and Antonio Brown and this guy and that guy. Yeah. I mean, the Chiefs basically have those two. Yeah. Sammy Watkins ended up going to the Ravens.
I think so. Yeah.
And they're still waiting for those second, third-year players to develop, and they're not. And I think the main point is this, Chris, is that Andy Reid. Okay, when I found
out... First of all, Andy Reid went to the hospital.
Okay, yes.
I thought it was because Herbert beat the Chiefs so bad he got a heart attack and had to go to the hospital. I was like,
that whole BS. I wish I could say the real thing. That he had dehydration. Really, dehydration. If you were playing in Arizona Heat, dehydration.
It's LA Heat. It is not even Heat because it's a dome, isn't it?
No.
It's an LA stadium. Or is that the Chiefs?
They played in Arrowhead.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
There's no dehydration. They have water for their coach. What is this crap? Yeah.
He's having a nervous breakdown. He is, dude.
Yeah.
Last year, when we were trying to decide who do we want, the Bucs or the Chiefs, ESPN saying the Chiefs, 80% of sports writers,
I said the
80%
Bucs.
Of the public, and after a couple times, we're like, it's the Bucs.
Yeah.
They didn't have an offensive line.
Yeah.
But then the night before, 2 nights before, when I heard
his son,
dude. First of all, you got to remember that his first son died of a heroin overdose. Okay.
Yep.
That's tough.
Rest
and then his second son. Ended up essentially
murdering
considering manslaughter. This 5-year-old poor little girl. I think she survived, but she's got brain damage and she's never going to be the same. It's a little kid. The judge isn't going to be like, you get probation or you get 2 or 3 years. I mean, this guy's going down for a while.
Oh yeah.
You know, unless he's got connections,
which he does.
Which he does. But dude, I'm just saying, the worry of it. You can't separate life from football. This is still on his mind.
That's why it's called a football life.
Football life, yes.
Got to plug ESPN.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, NFL Network.
There you
for
go.
sure.
Yeah.
Don't plug ESPN.
Yeah, sorry, ESPN. Yeah.
But so I just think the Super Bowl hangover, the thing that Reid's dealing with his kids, the ascension of the Chargers and Broncos and Raiders, and dude, you've been to the AFC Championship 3 times. You know,
someone else's turn, like your crazy friend. Someone else's time.
Yeah, so that's where the Chiefs at 13. Okay,
Mm-hmm. What's at the bar? Number 12.
Yeah, this is one that's not getting invited into the champagne room anytime
soon
this year. Yeah, it's my 49ers. They dropped from 6 or 7 down to 12.
Montana, what happened to the champagne, Montana?
I am not one of those. What do you call those fans that no matter how bad their
reminisce the past?
No, I mean, or just think that their team is good.
Homers.
Homers.
You're not a homer.
I'm not
a
homer.
Yeah.
If you start crashing down on me about the 49ers, I will finish your sentence, okay? I've had over 40 years of watching this team. You're not going to tell me anything that I don't know, okay?
Yeah, about your team.
That game, they were down 17-0. They put Trey Lance in. They're down 17-7. They get back in the game. And Garoppolo, he does his thing, you know. I think he had 1 interception, but anytime he has a turnover, he always I'm not going to fault him. It wasn't his fault, you know. But one point that my cousin, I'll give him a shout out for this, is that He says, I've seen it over and over again. It's Shanahan and Garoppolo. They can't throw the deep ball. Teams know that. And it's sort of limiting. Yeah. So it all comes down to the last couple minutes of the game. The 49ers have 3 timeouts. The Packers have none. They're at about the 15 yard line, 12 yard line, something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, this is the same thing that got you in trouble in the Super Bowl, 28-3. What did Shanahan do that he shouldn't have?
He started throwing the ball.
Started throwing the ball. Started to milk the clock. Why are you passing?
Yeah.
Let's fast forward a couple years later to the Super Bowl that my Niners lost to the Chiefs, up 10 in the fourth quarter. Why did they lose that one?
Throwing instead of running.
Throwing instead of running. Why did the Niners lose this game? Because with 3 timeouts, a minute and some change left, they needed to run it. Like, run it, milk the clock, get it down to about 12 seconds, to where you can get a couple passes off and you get it in, and then you leave Rodgers, like, with 5 seconds, where it's like, okay, Hail Mary it, but...
He's gotten Hail Marys before.
He has gotten Hail Marys before, but I could live with that versus a 51-yard field goal by... Do you know his name? The kicker? No. Okay, whatever
his name is.
It's like Max something.
Yeah, I'm dejected. I feel bad for your Niners.
Yeah, so
we should have won the game.
We should have won the game. Like, and then we got the Seahawks this week, which isn't going to be easy.
No.
So, yeah, it's just Shanahan. He's so obsessed with his genius play calling that he messes up on his time management.
So as a Niners fan, I have to ask, what do you think would have happened if you had Mostert?
Oh, hands down, we win this game.
Yeah,
hands down.
Is that important to you,
dude? He had 4 touchdowns and 220 yards. Please find me somebody in a playoff game that had 4 touchdowns and over 200 yards. I swear to you, it's a small company.
It is a small company,
especially in a championship game. Yeah, dude. I saw Mostert. He had 3 plays, and in those 3 plays, I knew that he was at least 5 yards to carry, because he was just running, and he has this sort of upright position where he's running upright, but then he jukes with the hips, like ever so slightly, like he's in control. And I'm like, Mostert's back. And then he gets injured. I'm like, it's okay. Don't panic. He's just out for 6 or 8 weeks. And then all of a sudden I heard he's out for the season because they do surgery. And then all the other running backs start to fall. Yeah, because what would have happened is they would have gashed them. They would have taken control of the game. And they would have beat the Packers.
And Shanahan wouldn't have thrown it a lot. He would have run it.
Right. He ran it 15 straight times. How can the guy that ran it 15 straight times in the NFC Championship and killed the Packers, not have ran it in the Super Bowl with the Falcons or the Niners or this game? Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways, I thought...
I gotta let you vent. Come on.
I think I vented enough. This is for 49er fans, if there's any out there.
There is.
Okay. This is an experimental season, and by the time they realize that Trey Lance is the answer, it's going to be too late. The upside on the Niners is they get in as a wild card because they're going to beat the bad teams. They're going to split on half the good teams, so they'll get in there with a 10-7, 11-6.
Yeah, 10-7
max, right?
Yeah.
There's 5 or 6 games that they lose this season. Most, I'd say 3 of them within their own division.
Yeah,
and another 2 more. Yeah. Because there's points where they play the Jags and Texans, and
you're gonna win.
So they're definitely getting in, but it's just
it could have been better.
Right, and their secondary, dude. If you're gonna be playing all these teams that are above them, that have high potent offenses,
high potent wide receivers,
they're just going to eat up that secondary. It's always going to be an issue. You're plugging in rookies and has-beens. Josh Norman came over, and he used to be a stud in the day, and then he was out for a game, and I'm just like, oh, whatever. Richard Sherman, who knows where he's going? Probably the Bucks.
Yeah. But anyway, so I hope you enjoy your bar time with the Ravens and the Chiefs there, Mr. 49er.
Yeah, exactly. The 49ers and Chiefs and Ravens are all huddling up.
They're all huddled at the bar,
Dude, weren't we in the Super Bowl and talked about? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. All right. Let's move on.
Who's number 12?
11.
11. Who's number 11?
13 Chiefs, 12 Niners.
Right. Who's number 11?
Number 11 is the Panthers.
Really?
Yeah.
They're the smug Panther. They're the smug guy at the bar.
Yeah.
Like polishing the,
Oh yeah. They're confident.
The drink.
I mean, they don't quite have the talent to do it, but if there's any team as confident as I think, it's definitely the Panthers. I mean, they have taken care of business. Week 1, this is critical for the season that Sam Darnold has to exercise his demons. I don't see any more ghost coach. And beats the Jets, which was team that almost ruined his name and his career. Okay, then you go up against the Saints. Oh, the Saints are going to win. They blew away the Packers. You guys are just at the bottom of the NFC South. Bam, ass kicking. Yeah, rule. And then you go on the road on the short week against the Texans. Given they're playing against, but they handled their business. But
they beat the bad teams.
I'm keeping the Panthers outside the top 10 for this reason. Christian McCaffrey. He did this weird like jerk move where he like jumps up in the air, pulled his hammy.
Yeah.
He's going to be out for a little while. I mean, so much of Sam Darnold being able to outlet and be a safety valve, much like the tight end is.
Yeah.
So that's going to hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
And then in that same game, I don't even think it was a contact play. J.C. Horn.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that name, but he's the top corner, 9th, 10th pick. That's the direction that they headed in instead of quarterback. Everyone's like, why don't you get a quarterback? There's a bunch of them. Why'd you get Sam Darnold?
Rule.
Yeah, it's rule. I got a plan. Yeah, exactly. All defense. So, but what they did is this is Matt Rule right here. Okay, Christian McCaffrey's out. That's not good. Okay, our top corner. Ooh, that front 7 can only do so much. Jags, you suck. You have no future. C.J. Henderson, former of the Gators, number 9 pick last year. We want him. Can we have him? All right, cool. Draft picks. Boom. Done.
They traded for C.J. Henderson?
What?
What?
Right? I mean, that's not a whatever. I mean, it's a top 10 pick that's not being used right. I mean, you always saw the talent of Jalen Ramsey with the Jags, but there was always frustration there, you know? Because he can only do so much when the Jags are so bad. So, yeah, it's Matt Rule, dude. I mean, man, if there's any coach out of the new ones that I have confidence with, and I've been preaching since day one, I saw his press conference. You should check it out one of these times.
It's
the way he answers things, they think they have him cornered. Trade your running back and get a whole bunch of draft picks. No, I'm going to keep him, dumbass. This is Christian McCaffrey. If he's healthy, he's good for 1,000 rushing, 1,000 receiving,
For sure.
So, yeah, they play the Cowboys this week, but that's for Friday, so we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But so far, a successful season, because they have a 3-year plan. This is his 2nd year. If he gets to the playoffs, they're ahead of schedule. He is slightly ahead of schedule right now.
That's good.
In his 3rd year, I mean, yes, he has to deal with the Bucks and Brady and all that stuff, but eventually they got to break that up. They had just enough cap room to make it all happen again, but I guarantee you 22 of 22 ain't returning next year.
No.
Okay? You're going to see some cracks. Brady's getting a little older. Teams are starting to figure it out. There's other teams that are building their juggernauts. So, anyways, I think that's... Do you have anything else to say on the Panthers?
No. You got it right. Now my next question has to be, so top 10...
Yes.
Are they in the lounge before the champagne room?
Yeah.
So the top 10's in the lounge, right?
These are, should someone slip, they take their spot, okay?
Yeah.
Because the champagne room really has, like, I don't know, 5, maybe 3. I don't know.
So the 10 to 6, I got to know where they're in the lounge now.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I got to see
all
this. Right. Number 10.
Number 10, the Packers.
Okay, I can see that. Aaron Rodgers finally came back.
He beat the Lions in Lambeau, had a good second half. Beat a good 49ers team. I mean, for as much crap that as I give Shanahan.
Still Aaron Rodgers.
Playing in San Francisco, all that. Had 37 seconds with no timeouts. I mean, of course, the 49ers defense helped them by...
here, I can say it. Soft zone cover 4.
Dude.
With no blitz at all.
I think I already said this, but I got to say this again.
Say it.
Okay, this is how I would approach... Okay, I would eventually like zone everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go to basketball terms. It's called the box and one. So what the box and one is that their player is so good on the other team that you take your best defender and he's playing one-on-one tight man defense.
Yep.
And the other 4 are playing zone on the other guys because they're not that good.
It's called man lock. Yeah.
Man lock. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So I would press coverage on him, and if he gets by that guy, there's an other guy. I mean, I would have someone in Devontae Adams' ass, dude. Like,
in his face.
Damn, dude, what's that in my butt? Oh shit, it's a 49er, defender.
Corner, yeah.
Yeah. So the fact that they just played back, there's 5 around him. I'm like,
oh my god.
Yeah. You didn't think Devontae Adams was going to get it? Especially after you almost knocked him the hell out?
Yeah.
By the way, that was a legal hit because it was a shoulder that he hit him with. It technically wasn't helmet to helmet. So was it a hard hit? Did it knock him the fuck out?
Yes.
So, yeah.
Anyway, so got to know.
Yeah, and the Packers play in the weak NFC North. So
they're going to get it.
They need whatever wins to get in, And this definitely was good for Aaron Rodgers' confidence.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anything else you want to say on the Packers?
No, I just got to know who else is sitting in that lounge sipping some nice gin.
This one's like
number 9.
This one's ready to bust into the
champagne room.
I thought that they would get trapped in their 5-game schedule, which seemed brutal, much like the Colts.
Yeah.
It's the Chargers. They got the key signature win that they wanted. They went into Arrowhead, jumped up on them 14-0, beat the Chiefs that had lost the week before against the Ravens, and just looked great. I mean, I'm going to give... I mean, fans probably want to give it to Herbert, and he definitely did his job. Mike Williams was a stud, paid the guy. It's Staley. Brandon Staley.
Yep.
Yes. So I heard an interview. They were interviewing him. I think it was Colin Cowherd or one of those guys.
I think it is. The Herd,
yeah. And so he was interviewing Staley, and so Staley, they asked him, what do you think about Justin Herbert? And he said, well, everybody on the team gives him major respect and looks up to him, and I found that out when I talked to each individual player. Wow, a coach
who talked to every player.
Give them respect, find out who they are. I mean, I remember doing it in soccer when I was coaching my daughter in the upper levels of soccer, U14. Yeah. And what I did was I sat down with each individual, sort of found out what their talents were, found out what their personality, so I could place them in different area. Okay, here's my superstar. So it really helps to find out the other. I mean, for you to think you know everything without corresponding with the people that are playing
That's
for
called
you.
being out of touch.
Being out of touch, yeah.
But Brandon Staley's in touch, for sure.
Totally in touch.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you some stats because I love stats.
Well, of course you do.
Okay, last year's number 1 defense, the Rams.
Yep.
Staley was a defensive coordinator. Prior to that, it was the Bears, number 1 defense, who was coordinating for the or on that defensive staff.
Yeah.
Staley, and then now with the I've never seen a Chargers defense like that. I mean, they had 2 picks, one of which was the Matrix catch with Asante Samuels Jr. And he just
he jumped up.
How do you jump 4 or 5
it's
feet
called
in
a
the
double
air,
jump. And
then vertically, and it was amazing.
Double jump from Smash Brothers, guys. He did the double
jump. He did. Derwin James is everything we thought he was. He's been gone for 2 years. We forgot how good he was.
Oh, yeah.
Justin Herbert. You know what? I mean, a lot of times you're like, oh, this quarterback reminds me of this guy. I'm going to say with Justin Herbert, he doesn't remind me of anybody. He's just his own
He's himself.
freak. I mean, people are going to be comparing him to... Or people are gonna
be comparing other quarterbacks to Justin
Herbert. Yeah.
Well, if you want to have a physical comparison, Justin Herbert's like kind of like a mix of Big Ben's height, because 6'6", and then his weight, but then he has a cerebral level of like Peyton Manning, so it's like unfair.
Yeah.
He's literally Big Ben with Peyton Manning.
Big,
like what the hell?
Mobile.
Yeah. It's not fair.
And he throws it in right where you need to be. Yeah, Mike Williams, he looked like a beast. I heard certain Charger fans like, oh, I don't know about Mike Williams, Keenan Allen.
Are you serious? Mike Williams is good.
Yeah, no, he had 2 nice touchdowns. And so and this is it right here. When they interviewed Staley, he says, I'm going to take my chances. And he probably should have told this, someone should have told this to Sean McDermott or Matt LaFleur last year in their championship games.
Yeah.
He said field goals aren't going to cut it against the Chiefs. It needs to be touchdowns. Ooh. So there was some miscommunication where on 4th and 4 they were supposed to go for it, but F it. It's 4th and 9. Let's go for it. I love it because you know what? I'm going to try and go down trying instead of like kick it, field goal, miss it. He said there were some nice wins too. So I loved it when I saw him last week and he was yelling at the refs on those BS calls that the Cowboys were getting.
Anthony Lynn wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. I mean, this, like my friend Lauren says, these aren't your daddy's Chargers. Okay.
These are new Chargers. These are like the Gen Z Chargers.
Yeah, exactly. Defense looks great. Offense looks great. Because I want to say it's an interesting stat that one of the few teams that was ranked in the top 10 defense and the top 10 offense was the Chargers because they had good stats.
Yep.
But they were never able to put it together. And Staley's coming in there and is like, I got
now
the
he's putting it together.
All right. Yeah. On the offense, I sort of want to do this. Joe Lombardi, what do you think? So, yeah. And,
he's young.
If we're going to recalibrate this nucleus, it is looking really good. Justin Herbert, Staley, the chemistry that they have between them. If you want to go into the electrons that are surrounding the nucleus, their defense, and, some other factors. So, yeah, they got a tough one on the Monday Night Football game, but we'll save that for Friday.
Yep.
All right. These next three are funny because they're all...
Are they in the lounge or are they in the champagne room? I got to know who the top 5 is.
No, not quite.
They're in the lounge.
Yeah,
so still in the lounge.
They got like the rope in front of them.
Yeah.
They're like, you're next.
Let us
you're
in.
Next. Exactly.
Who's next?
Number 8 is the Raiders.
I would never have thought you would have said that. Top 10 Raiders? Really?
Yeah. No, me neither.
Carr?
Yeah. I mean, they gutted it out against the Ravens. They went into Pittsburgh and punched them in the mouth, which the Bengals did too. So you got to wonder, like, But you know what? I got to give them credit for this. Could be a letdown game because they're looking forward to the Monday night game.
Yeah.
They don't have Tua coming in. Dolphins are on the road, and they went down 14-0, but they crept back in it. I mean, 3 field goals in overtime. How many times does that happen? Be interesting to look at the stats on that, right? Probably hardly ever.
Hardly ever.
Yeah. Because I saw field goal, and I was like, a tie?
Yep.
Oh, God, you do not want a tie. You are not in the top 10. I'm going to drop you.
Yeah.
I might even drop you outside the 14.
Don't drop my black hole.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't go down the stairs. You might hit the Saints on the way down.
You might forever be in the black hole, the abyss. Yeah, but, so in the
Carr looked angry. Carr looked angry.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, angry in a figurative, like, he was throwing he was zipping it, he was making plays.
Whatever it is, they are 3-0.
Yeah.
And they it shouldn't surprise you that the next team above you is 3-0 too and in their same division, right?
Yeah. The Broncos.
The Broncos, exactly.
They're at the rope line going, let us in.
Yeah. I mean, they visited the Champagne Room.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
They did.
I mean,
it was with Peyton Manning.
Yeah. I mean, if you put them in there, then I wouldn't have a problem with it. They're 3-0. 3 opponents, and I don't care who the opponents are because they are a weaker opponent. The Jets, the Jags, and the Texans.
Yeah.
Right? Is that right?
I think so, but
wait a minute. Oh no, Giants.
The thing is though, they beat the bad teams they're supposed to.
Right. By double digits.
If you're good and then you lose the bad team, you're not good.
Right.
You got to prove it.
So they double digit. They went up. It was a slow anaconda death, where it's
strangled.
Like, it's just It's 7-0. It's 10-0. It's 17-0.
And guess who it is?
20. It's 23. It's 26. Yeah.
Von Miller.
So they slowly. I mean, the Jets had no chance in this game
at all.
If the defense didn't get you, the thin air would get you. If the thin air didn't get you, then Teddy Bridgewater. Now I want to put one little caveat on this on the Broncos.
Sure.
That they might be drop. Not only because they have a tough matchup with the Ravens.
Right.
But they're starting to lose players. Jerry Jeudy's out for 6 to 8 weeks. He's that all-star rookie, right? He was already out, okay?
Yeah.
And then KJ Hamler, you heard of him? He's the other wide receiver that Teddy Bridgewater told the coach, put KJ Hamler right next to me on the lockers.
Oh, okay.
He's gone. He's gone for the season.
Oh,
okay?
no.
Yeah. So right now,
the Broncos might slip.
Yeah, and if they do, the Raiders and Chargers are ready to pounce there. But the Broncos are definitely off to a good start. If they could hold off until Jerry Jeudy comes back, then I don't think the Hamler thing is as bad because you got Cortland Sutton, you got Noah Fant, you got Melvin Gordon.
I have to make the joke though.
Okay.
Did Hamler get a hamstring injury?
No, he had one of those if it was a hamstring, he'd be back. He got a massive ACL or Achilles. Take your choice.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I had to say the joke because Hamler having a hamstring. Come on.
Okay. Maybe
he never lived that down.
Hamburger got him. I don't know. All right. All right, let's move on.
What number is this now?
This is number 6.
So just outside the Champagne Room.
Yeah.
They're trying to push their way in.
Yeah, they might take a couple games for me to convince them. I'm not buying them as much as I bought them before.
Who's number 6?
Browns.
Yeah. I mean, OBJ looked good on his first game back.
No, give it up for OBJ, but you lose Jarvis Landry.
Yeah.
How long is he out for? Is he out for the season
idea.
or at least
a long
good
while.
chunk of time?
Yeah. I don't know. Because
they did look good though.
Yeah, they did,
and they beat up on the Bears. One thing I'll say is that the Browns defense. I mean, if you could have the Browns defense play like that, the thing is with the Browns defense, 9 out of 11 on their team are new starters. They are badasses in every way. I mean, top corners, free agents to complement Myles Garrett, who had 3.5 sacks on the other side. Jadeveon Clowney, and Osawa is his name. He's this like stud linebacker, edge rusher.
It's not even fair.
Yeah,
the Browns.
But one thing that turned this game into 9 sacks is that, and this is something my friend told me, is that Myles Garrett went off on his team, like one of those sideline things, like let's get our act together.
Yeah.
They've written so much about us. Let's go after the quarterback. He's a rookie quarterback, and I guess it ignited the team. So it'll be interesting to follow their defense from here on out.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because their defense gave into the Chiefs. They were on the precipice of getting beat by the Texans, had Tyrod Taylor finish that game. So I stayed off this game when I shouldn't have. I should be like, dude, a rookie quarterback with an indecisive coach, Nagy, that doesn't know if he wants to keep
the Red
Rocket or
Red Rifle
the new generation quarterback, and he even throws in Nick Foles into the possibilities of starting. So that's enough talk about them. But yeah, so the Browns, they're number 6. They got a good meeting with the Vikings this week. That should be an interesting game that we'll talk about on Friday. But definitely a nice bounce back game. The defense looked great. I mean, one of my favorite running backs right now. Besides Alvin Kamara, he's definitely he's like, I'm going to start my team, and well, either him or Derrick Henry. But amongst those, I would take not Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. Hunt. He's just electric energy. I mean, especially in the open field when you're passing to him. I mean, he's a pretty good runner, but like, man, when he gets going, I mean, he's hard to take down. So good for the Browns. They got the running backs going. Yeah. I was worried about Baker Mayfield because like he threw that interception, and then he threw another costly interception, and then tried to tackle the guy, getting a shoulder stinger. Which, oh my God, is he out for the season? No, it's just a shoulder stinger that numbs your arm all the way down. They're nasty for those of us.
Well, here we go now. Here we go. I want to know who's in the champagne room.
Top 5. Oh yeah, I heard AJ. Not AJ. I heard Stephen A. Smith's top 5.
Yeah. Did you laugh?
I sort of laughed. Yeah, but
it's bad.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Who's number 5? Who's in the champagne room sipping champagne? I gotta know.
This team.
I gotta know who it is.
It's the Cowboys. Okay.
Why are you a Skip Bayless supporter? Leave. Get out.
I'm not. I'm just saying, like, look, I'm going to tell you about the Cowboys because if anybody knows the Cowboys, it's me. I'm a 49er fan, okay? Yep. Following them for 40 years. The Niner dynasty started with the catch against the Cowboys. That was surely America's team back there through the 70s and
still
early
is today,
80s.
apparently.
Yeah, and then, and then they had a resurgence in then they were no longer a threat to Montana.
Yeah,
but the new generation that had Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith.
In the 90s, Cowboys.
Yeah.
Who won
Michael
2,
Irvin,
I think?
Jimmy Johnson. They won 3 out of 4.
3.
In the last one won by Barry Switzer because Jerry Jones was like, you're getting more attention than me. You're out. But he's winning a Super Bowls. Doesn't matter. Yeah. I think Jimmy Johnson might beat that Niners in that third matchup when the Niners had to go get Deion Sanders to be able to shut down Michael Irvin, to have a chance for Steve Young to use
the game. Yeah.
John Taylor, Jerry Rice, Brent Jones, Ricky Watters, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So they were, one of the best runs ever. To win 3 out of 4 years, you know?
For sure.
But after that season, I'm going to tell this all to Cowboy fans, for 25 years, because that was 96, you've been delusional. You've been thinking every year, oh my God, we got Tony
America's
Romo.
team.
America's team. We're going to do it. And last year, I jumped on the bandwagon and I was like, dude, the Cowboys offense is going to be sick this year. They got CeeDee Lamb. They got Michael Gallup. They got Amari Cooper. They got Zeke Elliott. Their defense isn't that great, but and I was 1 year off. Their offense with the Dak attack.
He's going to break the record. He's going to get 7,000 yards probably.
Yeah,
come on.
He's definitely getting 600 and
or 6,000.
Yeah, 6,000.
Yeah,
7,000.
He's gonna get
is
it
for like later on in the future.
Oh no, man, he's gonna get 6,800.
When you're not allowed, that's a defender.
No, average. He's gonna get 6,800, right?
Yeah. He
might. Yeah,
easy for 5. A good possibility for 6.
Yeah.
So the thing with some of these teams, remember we said like if you got an offense but you don't have a defense, call me when you do because I'm not gonna take you seriously. So Dan Quinn comes in. They get Micah Parsons. They get Trayvon Diggs, who is the brother of
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
Of course.
Man.
Of course. What a pedigree.
An amazing top 10 wide receiver, an amazing corner. I mean, that pick was awesome by Trayvon Diggs, and Micah Parsons as a DN
is amazing.
And linebacker, he was lost in the pro game, because the speed of college is
but now it's just rush the passer. He's got it.
Yeah, and Dan Quinn putting it all together, and they're running to the ball, they're punching you in the mouth. So sounds like I'm almost putting the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, right? Or in the NFC Championship.
It's the Cowboys, though. They always manage to collapse at the worst possible time.
What's Stephen Smith saying?
Stephen A. Smith?
He says, like...
Super Bowl! He always says
that. He says, like, they're the Cowboys. Eventually, they'll find a way to disappoint you or find a way.
Yeah, you're right. That's the only time I'll agree with him.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what it is. Their offense is running. Kellen Moore is running it. And the defense by Dan Quinn. So, okay, well, who's your Julius Caesar? Who's your Alexander the Great? George Patton, Eisenhower, right?
Yeah.
What do all these have in common? They're just great, right?
Leaders.
Ulysses S. Grant. Your coach doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Twice now, he's had time mismanagement issues. He almost doesn't get a closer kick for the field goal. Luckily, they had Zerline, who can kick 56-yard field goals. Yeah. And then I want to say in the first half, they had like a minute, and the ref's right next to him, like, okay, coach, are you going to call your timeout that you're supposed to? And he's just sitting there like, when that person like is there but they're not there.
Yeah, zoning out.
And so
get together, McCarthy.
He is going, and that's why
he's like Anthony Lynn.
Yeah, that's why Rodgers was pissed with them, because sometimes he didn't make the right choice.
Yeah,
he is going to cost you Cowboys
a couple games.
Yeah,
at least.
I will give you the NFC East. You don't have to wait till the end of the year. I am handing over the NFC East to
the
you.
NFC least.
Yeah, the New York Giants are going to lose close games. They're a bettor's best friend. Thank you, Giants, for that much. The Washington football don't know what the hell they're doing team.
Leaky roof team.
Yeah. Your defense ain't good. Your quarterback, you either have Fitzmagic, the old man, or you have Heineke.
Who's only good against lesser teams.
Yeah, exactly.
Still good, though.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So that's going to be your fall. So enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Enjoy beating teams. You have the most amazing offense, and your defense is coming. But come playoff time, when it's crunch time, it's only the best of the best. They're
going to wreck you.
Yeah, exactly. So enjoy your top 5 status.
Yeah.
Number 4, this team dropped down 1 from last week. It's your Cardinals. Which
how dare you, sir? We still won by a comfortable amount of points. 7.
Excuse me.
How dare you drop me?
I know, dude. But anytime, like...
I told you they were going to win.
No, you did tell me you came in 90% when they were down.
Yeah, I told you to come back.
They came close to losing last week. They had me on nerves. Yeah. So, Kyler Murray found a way to win. The defense came through. So they're there. They're going to be fun and wild. I just don't know if they have this year what it takes to beat the elite teams. So,
you're going to let me say my thing about my team or not?
Yeah, absolutely. You can defend your team.
My Cardinals.
Yeah.
Defend. I don't need to defend.
Okay.
My record's 3-0. What's yours again, 49er fan?
Yeah, unfortunately 2-1.
2-1. Yeah. No, the problem with the Cards, see, as a Cardinal fan, I know this. Longevity. They're gonna probably gas out in the last quarter of the season.
That's true.
It always happens.
That's
with poor Cardinals.
Like they're gonna get into the playoffs,
but then they'll gas out.
They'll have a winning record, but yeah,
and they'll get wrecked, and I'll be sad.
And you know what? You have to go through paying your dues. So the first year, Rookie of the Year. Second year, 1 game away from the playoffs.
He'll get the playoffs this time.
Get into the playoffs,
but bounce out.
So as they go along, throughout the years, then you're going to start seeing teams like the Chargers and the Cardinals and, you know, some other teams in the thick mix of it where you're like, this team has the chance to go all the way, you know. They just they're a little bit of a wild factor.
Yeah, so for middling teams, the lesser teams, Cardinals will just trounce them.
Yeah, and they're going to steal some from the teams that you thought could beat them, but they didn't. I still think they're going to go down 2 on the Rams. Sean McVay owns them. He's 6-0.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like the Rams now, and neither do you as a 49er fan.
Yeah.
They're probably going to beat both of our teams. The Rams are probably going to beat the Niners
for
and
sure.
Cardinals, which sucks.
5-1, 6-0.
It's not fair.
For sure. I mean, maybe Seahawks grab one. Maybe
it's the Seahawks.
49ers
they always
grab
do.
one, you know.
Maybe the Cardinals do. You never know. Finally, like your crazy friend said, it's finally time for them to lose one.
That's true.
Please lose one.
Maybe they win one because the Rams are like 14-2.
I'd rather split with the Rams than get swept. Please win one,
for
Murray.
Sure.
Please.
You need to make those what's it called, like increments, or you need to make
progression.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but go Cardinals.
Top 3.
Top 5. Now we're in the top 3.
This team wasn't going to fall too far. They did get embarrassed by the Rams, but it's the Bucks. You know,
you can't fall far when the Rams were literally like at top 2 anyway.
Right.
You're not going to fall that far in the power.
So you have the Bucks. I honestly think that if they have Antonio Brown there, they would have close or they won.
Yeah,
it's the whole COVID factor. If your team has COVID,
don't bet on them. Yeah, don't bet on them.
Don't bet on them. Yeah. Stay off the game. Almost every time someone's had COVID, it just hasn't worked out well. Yeah, it's just that stigma of it. And then Antonio Brown, what he does is he stretches out the field because he is just there's not too many like him. You know,
it's the threat factor.
Yeah. He's a home run threat or could take it across the middle. So
not much to say about that.
No, not really.
It's the Bucks.
The Bucks will be fine.
Yeah.
I think we'll save it for Friday. The Bucks Sunday night football game against
who's it against?
I think you've heard of them, the Patriots in Foxborough.
Oh yeah. The revenge game. The game of the year that you circled in red, or that Brady circled in red. No big deal. I completely forgot about it.
The fact that the Bucks got blown out. Because they won by 10, but it was 34-17. It wasn't good.
Yeah, it was a blowout at one point.
Yeah. The fact that they're coming off of a loss,
and the fact that the Bill Belichick got kind of trounced too.
So
they're both feeling depressed and like, hey, want to have a revenge match? Not really. Let's just call it a draw.
The good thing is this: when the playoff teams play consecutive back-to-back road games, if they lose the first one, then there's this crazy like 83% chance that they'll win the second one. Because they're a playoff team.
Yeah, they don't want to lose.
That's more for the non-playoff teams.
So you're saying there's 80% chance Tom Brady's going to win?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's the Bucs still.
Dude, the Dolphins went in there and took care of business. The Saints freaking embarrassed you.
Yeah.
You tell me a rookie quarterback is going to beat Brady in
his front seven?
Freaking house?
His front seven?
Yeah. It's not happening.
No.
Could it be?
Closer?
It's a close game. Yeah. I guess, but it's
All right. So that's the champagne room, right?
Oh yeah. They're still in the champagne. You don't kick the Super Bowl champ. You don't kick Brady out of the champagne room.
No.
He owns the champagne room.
Here's my question.
Okay.
So who's on the throne right now? Or who's near the throne? Who's number 2 that's sitting next to the throne?
Yeah, this one is the Bills, you know?
Bills Mafia got next to the throne. Mafia. Good job. You're on the footstool.
Yeah, you're the Mafia. you frequent, those type of establishments, we'll call them.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I mean, probably the shocker of the season, if it wasn't the Packers against the Saints, it was definitely the Bills against the Steelers. It took a blocked punt.
No offense of their own, just special teams.
So, and then a 35-0 whipping. But the Bills own the Dolphins.
Yeah, they do.
I think they pour like 30 or 40 points on them. It's just a bad matchup because the Dolphins aren't a high-octane offense. They're let's play defense, let's get our opportunistic chances, let's run the ball, let's stay in the game till the end. That's how they were able to stay.
And then the Bills decided to crush the Washington football team.
The Washington team.
So that's a statement game.
That's a statement
Josh Allen's not
in
washed
Orchard
up.
Park, and then the fact that they're playing again against the Texans. Yeah, Bills are running away with the AFC East. And if anyone was like, "Oh, well, Josh Allen had an MVP. He's second in the MVP season last year."
Yeah, he was.
He was, But I mean, he's right back in it. I mean, he threw to 2 touchdowns to Emmanuel Sanders. There's Diggs. There's Cole Beasley. A sense of a running game that we talked about is with I want to say Singletary. We had some nice runs, and the defense is just with the offense playing so well, the defense could sort of
pin their ears back,
rest,
and rush the quarterback.
We got a 10-0 lead.
They're gonna throw.
The only reason this game was close because they did what was it called? A sky hook punt or something like that, where it's just lobbed in the air and it gives everybody enough time to get down there to where you hope it takes a bounce. And it did. It bounced like right in front of him and then went the 10 yards that way. And then the Washington kicker was the one who recovered the ball. Yeah. But anyways, that doesn't matter. I mean, we thought that the Bills, they got to the AFC Championship last year. They're going to be
lost the Chiefs.
Yeah, they're going to be in the thick of it. I mean, they handled the Chiefs the way the Chiefs are playing this year, you know. So
Super Bowl?
Yeah, at least AFC Championship to decide who goes there, and this time they have a better chance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's number one? Who's sitting on that throne?
All right.
Who's sitting on the throne, streaking champagne, going, "I hate all of you"? Who's looking down? Yeah, looking down at us. Come on. Who's number one?
Yeah, calling the shots.
Say it. Yeah. Say his name.
Like the Don in Godfather.
Exactly. Say his name.
It's the Rams.
Yeah. Sean McVay. Sean McVay's the one sitting there going, "Ah, yes."
I mean, we thought Sean McVay was crazy when he thought, I just need a quarterback that's Stafford, who has terrible stats as far as like win-loss.
It's because the Lions.
It's the Lions, yeah.
This proves it.
Yeah, I mean, he surrounded him with Cup, Woods.
Yep.
Deshaun
Jackson.
Who's running 40 yards ahead
in like 2 seconds?
Oh, shoot.
He's still got speed. You know what?
They could use Deshaun Jackson because when they were using him with the Eagles and what was it? The Bucks. Was it a couple teams he was at?
Yeah, he was on a bunch of teams.
Of teams. And the thing was that they relied on him so much that you ended up breaking him down.
Yep.
But with the Rams, it's like, no, we're good.
We're using him as a decoy.
Because he's getting pissed that he's not getting played. And Sean McVay's being smart and saying, we got Woods, we got Cup, we got running backs, we got tight ends. I think their tight end's pretty halfway decent.
Yep.
And then like, okay, time for the special play, you know? And so I
throw it deep.
I think if you use him on a limited counts, what's it called when in basketball you're only going to use a certain player so much because you don't want him to get injured. There's a term for it. I'm not thinking about it.
Well, you just use him on a limited basis.
Yeah, limited basis. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't care if he gets mad as long as you win the game.
Right. That was the only catch. He had another nice catch too. So the Rams are scary right now.
Mm-hmm,
okay, Rams fans out there, you're probably annoying because you're in LA. And you get to brag that you're the best in the NFC West. I'm going to hand you the NFC West title.
Yep.
I'm going to hand you the playoffs throughout.
You're going to get the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, with a chance, if things break right, to be playing in your own home, much like the Bucs. They're trying to do what the Bucs did.
Yeah.
I think they'll be well rested in the playoffs. Everyone's going to have to come through there. So, I mean, if there's a team that has a chance to do it, it's Brady and the Bucs.
Bucs versus Rams rematch in the NFC Championship.
It's going to be Antonio Brown's going to be there.
Yep.
I think that at some point the Bucs defense will be better. They're second. Maybe they get Richard Sherman at that point.
They're going to steal Sherman from your Niners. They're going to steal
Sherman. Yeah. And they're going to be like, okay.
I mean, revenge.
Brady doesn't forget things, okay?
No.
I mean, I thought he forgot about last year, but what are you going to do?
He's 0-2 now, so he's much more angry.
Yeah, he had one arm tied behind his back because he had no Antonio Brown. In fact, the reason, besides their front seven, that the Bucs won last year is Antonio Brown towards the end of the season when he came off of his suspension.
Yeah.
Had 4 touchdowns in 4 playoff games. So, I mean, he was a big reason why they beat 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Yeah,
Rodgers,
ask Steelers fans how they feel.
Breeze, Mahomes.
Correct? Yeah. Ask Steelers fans how they feel about losing AB.
Oh,
Antonio Brown. Yeah.
Exactly.
And he was on the Raiders too at one point.
Yeah.
Then he went to the Bucs.
So, man, I mean, I had my trepidations about the Rams. Oh, wow, why are
the ranked so high? Yeah.
But, you know, I thought at the same time, like, if their defense doesn't slip and Stafford isn't injured, then shoot. Especially with Sean McVay. I mean, he's boy genius. He's never had a losing season. He's won all season openers. He's been to the Super Bowl.
He's what Urban Meyer wishes he could be.
Yes, exactly.
Winning seasons and cool.
Yeah, exactly. He is the Urban Meyer of
NFL.
Pro football. If there's anybody I would want to be,
Sean McVay.
It's Sean McVay, dude. I think I've said this before. I mean, just oozing with coolness, was brought up as a child, has the photographic memory.
He is photogenic.
He's photogenic. Yeah, photogenic. He's up on a LA hills
with his nice wife,
with his beautiful wife and his 2 dogs, and humble too. You would think, dude, if you
think he'd be full of himself.
If you gave me his powers, I would let everybody know how cool I was.
Do you remember the mic'd up from the Super Bowl when there was the Patriots versus Rams? Yeah. Remember? Did you see how humble he was with Belichick?
He took the
he was like, "Thank you, Belichick."
Yeah, he took the loss. Yeah. He said, "This was Super."
Yeah.
I think he could sort of read the future, because he was like, "Now I'm going to say it was my fault that we lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That way, when I win it, they'll give me the credit." So I'm a big fan of Sean McVay. Sean McVay is like Michael Shanahan. Or not Michael Shanahan, sorry, that was his dad. Yeah. With Kyle Shanahan without the issues.
Yeah.
You know, because Kyle Shanahan's got this
Do you call him a Gary Stu?
Egomaniacal, you know.
So you're saying Sean McVay's a Gary Stu.
Who's that?
Gary Stu is the male version of Mary Sue, like perfect in every way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sean McVay's just Gary Stu.
For sure, dude.
It's not fair.
He might have some faults, but I don't know about him right now. Yeah, for sure. There's... You know, the nucleus of this is just blowing up. It's
neutrons, protons, and then multiple electrons
flying
around.
Yeah. I mean, you have Sean McVay's genius. He's been there. You have Matthew Stafford, who's always been a quarterback.
Yeah.
Who's been giving all the toys, protected, a great defense to back him
up.
Good system, depth. I mean, I don't even want to say all these things.
Who traded? Why did they trade, first of all? Why did the Lions and the Rams agree to trade in the first place?
Well, they wanted to get out of Goff's contract. That's why they had to give 2 first-rounders. Oh. And Goff just wasn't going to cut it, you know.
Goff's doing good with the Lions, though.
He's
found a new home.
He's doing well. I mean, he did go to the Super Bowl. He's got talent. Yeah. And
so good trade.
Yeah. And maybe he does. I mean, occasionally he does these blunders, but Sean McVay wasn't backing Goff. And now the synergy between Stafford and Sean McVay is amazing. Yeah. Supernova. Okay. Going to our 5 random questions.
Awesome. We're at about 1 hour and 36 minutes.
Are we? So. That's okay. I had a feeling. I was sort of excited for this one. So we'll
wrap it up. It's okay
if
you rambled. It's fine. We have our listeners can enjoy 2 hours. I don't care.
All right. We'll make this short.
Yep, go ahead.
I think we included everything that I wanted to say, which is the most important part.
Right.
All right, 5 random questions. What 3 things would you do if you were a billionaire? Or you had $1 billion, not a billionaire?
First, I'd invest most of the money, so I wouldn't lose any money throughout my life.
Okay, yeah.
So I invest in stocks, etc., and like cars or paintings or something with the money, so it goes up in value.
You're not going to have 6 or 7 cars in your mansion house in front. You're not gonna be one of those guys, are you?
No, I'm gonna let people drive them still, but I'm gonna buy them and I'll sell them. I mean, I own them.
Okay.
You can drive it. I'll let you drive them.
All right.
I'm not gonna let them sit there and do nothing.
Okay. All right.
And I'll also diversify all my holdings and everything.
That's like the nice, fun, boring stuff. Tell me the cool stuff.
What do you mean the cool stuff?
Okay, great. You know, you get to be taken care of financially for the rest of your life. But tell me what you're gonna do with the. There's 3 things. That's one.
Yeah.
Financial stability. Okay, great. Everybody does that.
No, they don't. Everyone just spends all their money and pisses it away.
Usually it's in the millions.
First of all, I'm a traditionalist. Okay.
Yeah. Would you call yourself frugal?
Yeah, I'm traditionalist, frugal, and I'm Asian. It's all about money.
Okay, that's true. Numbers,
come on, man.
All that stuff. All right, I got you.
So stability. Right. I don't care if it's boring. It's called I'm not going to lose my money and piss it away.
Fine. That's fine. All right.
Second thing I would do.
Okay.
Immediately try to get about a 50% share into an NFL team.
Ooh, I like that, yeah.
So I can be the owner, and I'll hire you as my GM.
Yes, okay, I like where you're going. Oh, man.
And you can help me hire coaches and maybe get Sean McVay. You never know.
God. You know what it would be? It would be this, okay? The Cardinals are your team.
Yeah.
They're sort of on the cheaper side. There's no way you could buy into the Cowboys or The Packers because they're owned.
Yeah.
And there's other, but you could probably buy in on the cards.
I'll buy
and
the
then
cards.
you hire me as a GM.
Yeah.
And now I got to do all these things because I know the inside on the 49ers.
Yeah.
Be like,
you just sweep the Niners over and over. Yeah.
You'll kill the 49ers.
Yeah, 2-0 on the Niners.
We'll win the Super Bowl. So we'd be winning the Super Bowl, and my mind would blow up because I'd have a tear of joy for winning, and then a tear of despair for my Niners not being there.
Okay, here, I'll sweeten the deal.
Okay,
I'll buy into the Niners and make you the GM of the Niners.
Okay, now
there we go.
Yeah, but then you'd be screwing over your own team, and you're
that's
a billionaire.
fine. But I'd be the Niners then. I'd be a Niner fan.
Lynch is doing a good job. All right.
Third thing.
Okay. Yes.
I would buy every single video game that I possibly could, so I'd have a full library. I just play them. I'd never run out of video games.
So I think you would go a little bit more in depth and like create the world's most amazing console video game in
library. I'd have every single game. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, your room would just be filled with like these amazing technology.
Yeah, everything. I'd go full out.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have stability to make sure I never lose my money.
Yeah.
You have your dream of being a GM of some NFL team, and then I'd have all my video games. It'd be perfect.
All right. Cool.
How about you?
All right.
Gotta know what you would do. Come on.
All right.
Mr. Leo. You're just gonna piss all your money away, aren't you?
Sort of. Okay.
I knew it.
So, okay. You know what? I would travel the world.
Of course you would.
Several years, basking and just.
And then I'd steal all your money while you're gone.
Yeah. But you know what? When I came back, because there's still a lot of money left, I would create, and I'd probably involve you in this too.
Of course.
A chain of the ultimate sports bars, okay? The way it should be done, okay? Like the press box that we go to, but like on steroids.
Oh my God.
VIP rooms and posters of the most iconic moments in sports and just like everything.
And to have TVs everywhere.
TVs everywhere. Yeah. Amazing chefs, amazing food, like just...
Good drinks.
Yeah, exactly. And it would be... the best anywhere.
What would we call it though?
I don't know what I'd call it. I haven't thought of that yet.
You're a Leo. It's easy.
Yeah.
Milton's bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Milton's
like
Milton's Sports Truth.
Like Milton's. What's it called? They always say it to my name.
What?
Milton's in Del Mar.
Yeah.
So it's
we can call it Milton's in Del Mar.
Off of where you go to the track, but it's just.
We call it Milton's in Del Mar.
Yeah, exactly. Milton's in Del Mar. Yeah. Exactly.
You couldn't help yourself as your name.
Yeah,
come on.
Exactly.
What's the third thing?
Oh, no, that's
travel the world and the bar. Does you have one more?
Well, no, I mean,
or you just rolled into one?
I just sort of roll into one. Okay.
That's fair.
The next thing I would do is I would make other people do embarrassing things for money.
Come on!
Yeah, exactly.
What a billionaire! Get out of here!
Yeah, exactly. I'd probably do a show because I need entertainment value. Like sports bar is cool, and I'm getting money, and people are loving that they're going to their sports bar because it's everything they want in sports. You know, food, their teams, drinks, entertainment. I mean, just go over the top like Vegas style.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I would study everything and take the best of all of it. But yeah, I just like, because we always do with these questions, okay, for $1 million or for $100,000, would you do this? And so, yeah, it would be like Punk'd, but I would make them do nothing like...
You're horrible.
I know.
You're terrible.
I was just one of those kids that would like egg other people on to do the bad things, and then I would...
For your entertainment? Yeah. You're terrible, man.
Yeah, okay. And then for the last thing I would do, about a third of it, after I embarrassed people, after I went on my... luxury
world cruise, that's 99 days.
The sports bars like in
everywhere,
every major
country,
downtown. I would have to all those hedonistic qualities. I would come back with my wife and give to charities, about a third of it, just giving it away, but like giving it away in the sense to build big things. I'm not just like handing over money. It's like what the LeBron James and a lot of the sports stars do, where you're just like giving amazing education.
They're only doing that for the tax breaks.
No, I mean, I do.
Yes.
What? I mean, as much as I'm a Leo, I mean, I do enjoy like helping out other people, and I really enjoy when other people have success. I'm not one of those people that are like, oh my god, their life's going so well,
I need to do better.
Poo on them and cry. No, I'm awesome, because people do their thing, I do my thing.
So I mean, rich people in general do the donation to charity.
But you know what? I would be heavily involved in it, and that would be my wife's thing.
Oh, for sure.
I need $1 million for this charity. I need for that, and so. Mainly done for the sake of making my wife happy because oh my god, where are you going this week? Well, I got to go to the Kentucky Derby and I got to go to the Super Bowl and I got to go to the World Cup. I mean, I would be all over the place. Who knows? I would tell my wife, if we ever win the lottery, we're getting divorced, right? So
really, you told her that?
Yeah, she told me and I told her that because it's just at that point the focus is so much on the money and then you're not relying on each other anymore. So
makes sense.
But if you focused it on helping others, then okay, let's move on to the other question because I don't want this to.
Yeah, it's an hour 44.
Okay, all right, cool. Fault. All right, we'll keep it under 2. All right. Would you ever eat something alive or gross for money?
No.
No, just like that. I'm like, here's a stack of cash.
No.
You can get new videos.
No.
You can get new Dungeons and Dragons stuff.
No. I'm not doing it.
So is it the alive thing or gross thing? I get alive, not eating the live thing. It's both.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't do it.
Can't do it? All right.
I only eat things I find tasty.
Okay.
I'm not finding the live gross thing tasty.
Right.
You can never pay me enough money.
All right.
And also, it's kind of disgusting because I have to brush my teeth after.
All right, that's fair.
What about you?
You know what? I'm going to go with you, too. Because if I can't, okay.
It's wriggling and still alive going down your throat. How do you feel?
Even if it was dead and I had to eat, the stuff on the Survivor.
Yeah.
I won't eat certain things like mushrooms and whole tomatoes because the texture of it just messes with me.
Same. I hate that. I hate cherry tomatoes.
Yeah. So texture is everything for. I don't care if it tastes good. So the fact that something would be alive or gross in my mouth
and
for
it's
money,
wiggling around.
Yeah, I couldn't do it either. Yeah, I'm not.
I'm like, no, I'm good.
I haven't. Yeah. If I got on one of those shows where that's what it is,
I'm done. I've lost.
I'd throw up. Because I have such a bad gag reflex. Okay, let's move on from that one. Okay. What occasion, and don't give me the generic answer.
So generic answer, just kidding.
Okay, what occasion do you pig out on food?
Basically, whenever there's a big Dungeons and Dragons thing, about to play, or sports. Okay. So that way I don't have to eat while I'm doing it because I like to enjoy doing something completely without being interrupted.
Yeah.
So I'll eat a huge dinner before I do Dungeons & Dragons or a huge lunch before I watch a football game.
I've heard of your large meals, where you've eaten 7,000 calories on your birthday.
Oh, yeah. My birthday, too. Yeah, I told you. Yeah, they kept giving me food.
Oh, I had the ultimate cheeseburger.
Yeah, the cheeseburger and tacos and a giant birthday cake. Yeah, I had 7,000 calories. You remember that?
I do.
You're a foodie. Of course you remember that.
Of course I would.
Mr. Jealous, and I had a bunch of drinks and milkshakes and alcohol. It was good. Yeah.
For me, anytime I go out with my family and it's a special occasion, we're going up to LA and it's somebody's birthday or anniversary, and there's just a huge food thing, I'm going up.
The foodie's been hooked, line, and sinkered in.
Yeah, I'm going up there several times. Or if I remember pigging out for my wife's cousin's wedding, which is the most amazing wedding that I've ever been to.
How much money was it?
Or I will ever go to.
How expensive?
At the Ritz-Carlton, or what was formerly known as the Ritz-Carlton.
How rich was this guy?
Jeez. He's called Uncle John, the rich uncle.
I wonder why.
Yeah, he was an accountant, and then
of course he's loaded.
He did the right stocks.
Invest in stocks, and then made a bunch of money.
Yeah, hard worker. Yeah, he's really generous too. I mean, he's given my wife and I money, and just everybody, has gotten nice, generous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm jealous. Now I want food.
Yeah. So I mean, it was awesome. I mean, I'll just tell you a quick thing on it. It was at this amazing hotel. Unlimited open bar. Not it cuts off.
God.
Kept going. At every table were boxes of Krispy Kreme donuts. I must have had 10 or 12 of those. A 5-course meal. Okay, so
a full 5-course meal.
Oh yeah, a real one. What
happened? I need to know.
Oh yeah, I mean, one of the things I remember specifically about it was this perfectly, because if you have you ever had scallops?
Yes.
Okay.
I have.
If you don't have scallops cooked right, it's seasoned, cooked right. I mean, this was with a piece of bacon. I mean, a perfectly cooked scallop, which is something you're only going to get from like a Gordon Ramsay.
He hired a professional chef.
No,
he paid for a professional chef.
He must have, because like everything
probably a
on
celebrity
my plate,
chef.
I was just like, oh my god, if scallops tasted like this, I'd be eating them all the time. But I don't, because they're chewy or they're not seasoned or they're not.
He must have hired a celebrity chef or something and didn't tell you.
Yeah, exactly. That must have been part of the 200,000
for sure.
Okay, yeah.
So scallops and what else?
Just
blowing your mind.
Just right? Everyone kept getting better and better and
you were just like, Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Is that your number one foodie experience you've ever had?
It's up there. It's definitely in the top 10, and definitely my best wedding I ever been to, or my life. There's not going to be another one. There's not going to be another $200,000 wedding. You know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Last question. It's just a simple one. And I have an idea of what would you do with an extra hour in a day?
I would definitely try to finish any extra homework I had, so that way I'd have more free time to do what I wanted.
Okay, that's fair. Sure. That's fair.
Yeah. Or if I already finished homework, more gaming.
I know. That's the thing. Like, you get
yes, more time to play.
You end up doing something that you probably shouldn't be doing.
Right,
but
late at night.
End up doing. Yeah,
for sure.
For my extra hour, because
more sports. You'd watch more sports.
No, I wouldn't.
What? You're a sports
you know why?
junkie.
Because what happens? That's the problem. It's like, and my friend called me at the beginning of the week, and we're having a conference call. Me, him, and another guy.
Yeah.
And the one said, bet bigger.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have a conference call, the three-way call, so we can discuss which teams that we like, narrow it down to 2 to 4 teams. So what ends up happening is at the beginning of the week, fresh off the loss or fresh off the wins on Sunday, I can tell you exactly pretty much what's going to happen. And then I'm watching so much ESPN and so much reading Bleacher Report and hearing stuff from people at work that my picks start going this way when they shouldn't be. You know, it's like second guessing myself.
Yeah.
So I don't need any more sports. What I do need, and I think this will keep my mind healthy, is read books. I mean, my wife's a voracious reader. I need to read. I'm reading right now. What I want to do is read a book on every president. And so I'm starting off with Washington right now. It's called Washington's End. So what it is most biographers, is that what you say? People that write on somebody else's life?
Yeah.
An autobiography.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Is they always write up until his resignation. You know, he fought in the French-Indian War.
Yeah.
He gave us our country. He was the president for that first part.
And he was the first continental president.
Continental, yeah, and
there's
then
a difference.
Yeah, exactly. No,
or
it's
not,
true.
Not
no, it's true. You're right. That's a good point.
Constitutional president.
Yeah,
because there was a continental
what's always
president.
left out is those last few years of his life.
Yeah, no one really
where
cares.
There's this like contentious relationships with France because they just had their Revolutionary War.
Yep.
And so there might be a chance they go
Poor
to
George.
war, and then John Adams takes his place, and so it sounds like he's sort of still involved in the process instead of just going off to his farm. What's his farm on? The famous. Dude, are we forgetting basic stuff?
We are forgetting basic stuff today, you and me.
That's bad.
Oh my God.
Just going out with Martha Washington. I guess he's sort of dragged back into it, and then all the way until his time of death, which was 1799, he's still very much involved in politics and all that stuff. So anyways, I would do more reading because it does a mind good.
Okay. Good answer. Right. My last knuckleball question before we go. Okay. And this one's going to throw you for a loop every time.
Just don't let it be stupid because then I'll pass.
It's not stupid. Okay. In your opinion, who is the most accurate quarterback of all time? No, it's not stupid. See? Look at you. Your face tells me everything.
Most accurate?
Yeah, you're not allowed to look at stats.
No, I don't want to look at stats.
I'm saying pinpoint. Like, who could hit a pin.
Okay.
It's not like reception percentage. It's actually like who could hit a pin. Who's the most accurate quarterback you've ever seen?
I am going to have to go with, and it took me a little while because I was like, oh, that guy or this guy, and I can make it homerish by saying Montana and. No,
I don't think he was. I don't think he was.
He had more of a loft to it. Yeah. You could check out the video on this, and maybe some other people will agree with me.
Yeah.
Troy Aikman, dude.
Troy Aikman, yeah.
Just frustrate the hell out of me because like
he'd get it right in covered. Yeah, nope, right in there.
It just would. Yeah, I mean, definitely an underrated quarterback. I know his stats. I mean, and for people that are stats and baseball junkies, it doesn't matter. He won 3 out of 4. He beat some really good Steve Young, Jerry Rice, John Taylor teams. It would definitely be Troy Aikman. His pinpoint accuracy
is crazy.
He had some like nice power to it. So not only was it precise, but it was coming to you. So
okay, yes. I'll have to check out Troy Aikman then.
Check out Troy Aikman. Yeah,
Troy Aikman for you?
For sure. I mean, and there's a couple answers, but I mean, that's the one I'm going with.
Yeah, see, no stupid questions.
Yeah, because I
got you, though.
It came at the cost of my 49ers losing those Super Bowls that should have been ours because of his pinpoint accuracy to Alvin Harper and Jay Novacek. Was that the tight end? Yeah, then Michael Irvin.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll see you guys Friday.
On Friday.
Yeah, yes. Bye.